Hello guys and welcome to the Go4GW2 Cup. It is number 42, I assume. Now I look and check and see that I was right. My name is Chronic and with me, Jebro. Hi.
Hello. Okay, that was a very odd intro. Yes, first go for
Everything's odd today.
first go for since the since go for cast. First go for cast since WCS, of course. So welcome if you have just joined us in the chat.
First non-monthly final Go4.
Yes, indeed. Just to let you know, we have TCG playing today, as well as rank 55 Dragons making a return. Celestial Mode, oRNG Legionnaires, RIP. What is that?
What?
RIP. That is not their name. I'm just going to call them RIP.
Milchreis.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what it's called in English. Milk rice? Is that a thing?
No.
Well, that's the literal translation.
I'll just answer that question straight away.
Okay. Fair enough.
Alternate existence. Your goose is cooked and cozy few. So that's kind of like that name. Okay, so first game we're going with is actually going to be Celestial Mode versus rank 55 Dragons. And as you know, it looks like at present the split, obviously, of TCG. I know we've seen it in potentially maybe Hell's Stream and Reasons, but they're in today with a different roster, and we can see the rank 55 Dragons roster today. We're going to call them Dragons. 55 is not what they would like to be called by, known by. So it's Dragons, which,
Dragons.
you know, what would you rather be called, 55 or Dragons?
Well, considering 55 is kind of a history, I take 55 every day.
No, Dragons. Dragons is cooler.
I want to joke about the dragon. Sorry, that's a very weird inside joke, which I'm just gonna ignore right now. What?
Rice pudding makes sense. Yes.
Rice pudding.
Okay.
Okay, well, that then. Good. I mean, we've got almost everyone except for one person already in the arena. So, shall we get this going? Do you want to start us off with the dragons?
Yes, indeed. Let's go with the Dragons first. So, Red 11, first of all, going to be playing DP, Thief, Vamp, Rune, Shadow Arts. So, he's got a lot of survival in this build. We know what this build does indeed. Mancow Mage is going to be playing Fire Elementalist. So, this is going to be the damage-orientated version of this build, of course. Then we're going to go over to Big Zan. He's playing Marauders Engineer Rifle. He's gone for a Elixir S over the Slick Shoes and Elixir X as well. Obviously, Chafe in the WCS was very successful with that combination, of course, but he was playing with the soldiers, and he's going for tools instead of probably inventions if there was another one to go for. But yeah, that's going to be good. So in this build, he can actually, you know, remove some quite a few conditions as well using those elixirs. Oracle Mesmer, who is Misha, no doubt, is going to be playing. Not 100% sure because he's got one line where he's not actually sure what he's running yet, but
Illusions.
we'll have to wait and see if he's going to go for.
Does he know that he hasn't actually spent anything there yet? Maybe not. Maybe it's a bit of a surprise. Maybe he thinks, no, I'm so good I don't even need trades.
He plays staff as well, normally kind of on this map and on various maps as well. So I'm guessing he'll change that top trait line. We're not sure. We'll have to wait and see. And then Lipion maybe playing Sharp Aura. Yes, it looks like he is. But going to Celestial there. No, wait. Let's think about this here. He's going for Shield. Okay, let's have a look at the builds. He's still going for Rune Soldier. Going for Celestial. On the longbow, he's going for Geomancy and Doom. And then on the Sword Shield set, he's going for Intelligence with Energy. Now, Shield, very good for blocking those attacks, of course. It's more tanky and sustained. He's still got some Condi damage coming out from the longbow, of course. And he can still build some damage up through. He can actually do it a nice interrupt with that shield, of course, as well as the block. The rest of it is very much shout bow orientated. If we just have a go and have a look. Yes, shouts, heal allies. With that, vigorous shouts, of course. Still going for Burst Mastery, Cleansing Ire, of course. It's interesting with the shield. I mean, he's going for more of his own survival and sustain, I'm assuming.
Yeah, which, I mean, we've seen that used to great effect just with the Sharper Warrior coming in again. As well for Lipion. So, maybe just having someone except for a bunker guard who can survive a bit. See how that works out. On the other side, to make it a bit quick, I think you can give them the good to go. On the other side, we have CELE starting us off with Buffalo Guardian. He is gonna be playing. We have a... No, okay, just want to say Barbarian Amulet. Okay, no, we have a Cleric's Amulet, and that's gonna be a Bunker Guardian. He's going for a retreat here with the shouts, and of course, to Feel My Wrath. Then we have Boyka. Boyka is gonna be the Dagger Pistol Thief of the round. Build is pretty standard. Vital Eternal. It's going to be playing an Earth Elementalist, Dagger Celestial. Then we have High Lord Euphoria, who's going to be playing the Fire variant of that exact build. And then Ghost, Never Let You Up. He's going to be Rifle Soldiers Engineer.
Yeah, so this is the version that Chafe plays of Ibjord, because he goes soldiers, and he's got the Elixir B, which Zan has got the toolkit, of course. So yeah, I mean, you get your vigor back in the tools trait line as well. I mean, you know, the HGH, you gain some might, so you get some extra damage that way, and you also get, you know, that oh god, what's it called? Alchemical tinctures. That's the one. So you remove those conditions as well, which is useful versus the Elementalist, of course. And then while bringing out some conditions, Lipion as well, actually, that would be useful versus him. So yeah, just waiting for these guys to start. Otherwise, if you've just joined us in the chat, welcome. Good to see you. Always very good to see you. But yeah, it should be an interesting match. We've seen the Red Team Celestial mode be very, very sustained across the whole map. So obviously the reliance upon dragons is for Red Levin, and also for Misha, who is Oracle Mesmer. So probably just +1 where they can, and also use that portal to be very mobile and out-rotate possibly as well. The Bunker Guardian, who is Buffalo Guardian over on the Celestial mode team. So they're going to be, he's going to have to be moving around a lot if they're actually out-rotating him.
Otherwise, what a beast of a Guardian he is. Look at him.
Yes, indeed.
Magnificent. So yeah, out-rotating the Guardian, we've seen that tactic used to great effect. Just leave him standing there and you don't have to kill him. Pick the fights where he's not in and his benefits are lost. But now we're going to start into the first game for today's Go4. On the red side we have CELE, and on the blue side it is Raw.
So much like Fantaran does actually on the Abjured, we're going to see Mankau going for the split over towards the side point. So he's going to be going 1v1 versus the other Elementalist. So High Lord's going to have a little bit of fun there. High Lord very capable himself, but in that 1v1, you probably give it to Mankau. But the rest of the red team heading to mid with that stealth movement as well. As we go and have a look at Misha and the rest of the rank 55 team as they come up in stealth as well. Main target is the Guardian straight away. He goes down. That's a fast pickup.
Nothing happened there. We saw the mower coming out. Vital Eternity has to run for it. We see Boyka trying to go for the rest, but I think they kind of know where he is, and that's going to be too dangerous, even without a real focus target to go on just the area of effect cleave there. Makes it really dangerous. Boyka actually gets out of that one alive, but the red team has to retreat.
No, he's stealth run out, and he just walking down the steps goes into vamp form there as well. I don't think he's going to get away from this. He's got his heal. He's got Shadow Refuge left as well.
Dodge for your life, little man, and almost gets caught. A little bit of damage. Let's just support out in the last second.
Engineer being there, Shadow Refuge ain't going to save you much, to be fair. You can just run, put down the grenades. Chaos Storm as well helped over on the midpoint to solidify that kill as well. This Ghost does go down over on the far point. Sorry, Buffalo does come in for the res. Not possible as tons of damage comes out onto him as well. We are going to see Buffalo just tanking on node, and also High Lord looks like he's going to drop next as he goes into that vamp form as well. We are going to see Guardian again not going for his elite here. He's going to pop it now, not interrupted, so the quickness is good.
That's a bit slow. That's a bit slow there. He kind of had a quick think about, do I really want to do that? And that pretty much should tell you already, nah, I'm just going to leave it. He's going to be dead now. Buffalo Guardian as the follow-up. Down we have a cap going over to CELE because Boyka, after that really, really close escape he had, managing to go into that Shadow Refuge, use the time. Got the decap on the hand, and now we have the full cap. Ghost Never Let You Up is currently the defender of that, and is going to find him in a 1v1 versus Zan. Rest of the team of blue team moving over to mid again. We have Boyka somewhere, and he actually brings the res up on Buffalo Guardian. And that's going to put them into a position where, well, that combination maybe not going to get the quick kill on Lipion, but we see the reinforcements from the respawn come. And that could be some CC to help Boyka out land, to help him out to land his damage.
Yeah, I mean, the Thief's doing a good job at the moment. He's all over the map. He's really being the mobility for his team and trying to grab them the decaps, so then the rest of the team members can actually try and sustain on the point. But the problem is then, of course, he's not in a team fight for the damage, which is in now over on the right side of the map on the mine. But now they're losing that point over on the henge node, of course. So they should be able to keep this mine node in their favor, if not get the kill. But they need to probably focus on Lipion here, get someone up there. Boyka does try to go upstairs, but then Lipion does a good job at trying to line of sight. But now Red Team have got that cap, so not too bad. Getting the sustain across the map. We have got the Elementalist on Celestial mode over on the henge as well. But he's in a 1v2 and Red Levin's over here as well. Just to try and finish him off with Big Zan. And now the point's capped in their favor. Really, Vital needs to try and think about getting his butt out of here. That's going to be too late, unfortunately, I do think, at the moment. Oh, not able to get out of there, unfortunately. He's got no assistance. Celestial mode might do a little regroup here.
Forgot about Misha over on that mine node. And he's just going to... yeah, get a quick decap there. Oh, no. Rocket Lightning almost missed the point, actually. But manages to get it after all. The knockback is going to be the end of him, and Misha just getting out of there. He got what he stayed for. He got what he wanted. And no, he's actually going to go for the 1v1. And we see the +1 of Red Levin, which is going to make this really quick if he doesn't see it. Earth Armor up at the moment, so the first engage kind of goes into nothingness there with a couple of dodges. But now we got the CC going. Damage comes in... then we have the Vamp proc. That's going to be the end of him in a second.
I think we might see the Boyka and the Vital going for the... might go for the henge. No, Boyka's going to go back to mid. It'd be good if the Thief could just +1 on the side. Just as the other Thief is coming back over towards mid. But he's not going to do that. Oh, nice from the Boyka. Comes in with a nice stealth move, and they are going to get Ghost and never let you up actually as well. So good move from him. Better pick up for him to try and stay around for that res, sensing that is indeed what was going to happen. Now they can go over towards this henge point and plus up before the rest of the blue team Dragon members get over here. They might be able to get something out of this. Not too sure. Red Levin has committed to this fight though. He does start to disengage with that short bow as well, as he is in stealth. Tries to pick up that Venom as well. Wants to try and pick up the Boyka. He does! And then stealths back out to go back onto the point to try and pick up some extra damage here. Or is he just trying to focus the Thief? He is indeed. We're actually going to see even Lipion coming in there for a little bit of extra damage to the Boyka there.
I'm loving the Boyka movement right now. He got some good pressure going on Red Levin. Maybe stayed a bit too long for comfort there in the end. But it kind of meant we had 3 people pretty much focused in the team fight to just try and catch him. Which,
they're going to go stealth res. Stealth res for Dragons there. No one around to really pick up any cleave around their bodies, of course. With the stealth res, I'm not sure they saw that. I don't think they had the repositioning. Buffalo does get mowed here as well over on this henge node, and it really is going to be the end of the red team as Ghost also goes down. Oh no! Buffalo actually survives in the end. Good job from the survival. Oh my god, are they going to get him up?
Oh, what?
They actually get the res as well, popping that elite. That's great survival from
Buffalo
Celestial mode over on the henge.
Nothing left. In theory, if we see the Mesmer Thief popping over for a second, that would be a quick end of him, but they're fairly busy right now on mid, and Boyka, the only one left to fight against this pain train. Try and keep the point contested. We already have the proc of the Vapor Rune. Almost dies from falling damage. Actually gets rid of the conditions with the backport, with the second activate of the Shadow's Retreat. Nice. The stump comes out afterwards. Just a little bit of pokey damage. However, ends in a situation with a double cap for Celestial.
Yeah, he could have just left a little bit earlier. I mean, he was staying there so they could win that fight and push them out from the henge, of course. But now they could just focus sides. It's going to be difficult to come back, and then maybe the Boyka, if they can sustain, which they haven't been able to, over on those 2 side nodes, then they could have just used the Boyka to get the decaps at mid. But unfortunately, we are seeing downs coming out as High Lord goes into the down state as well. And we have got the rest of the team members from Dragons coming over towards this node. We have got caps held by Mancow and also by Vital here as well on the side of mid. So we're just waiting to see who's going to win this team fight over on this mine point, which is very much
be
going
a
to be
triple down.
Dragons.
That might be a triple down, but Buffalo coming in for the first res. We have the triple down. The first one is not going to go up. He aborts slightly before he can get it. He tries to get everyone up. Gets one person up. Does he? No, that was only the vapor form. The damage is going to take care of 2 of the downed bodies. He's committing to the res on Euphoria, but that's going to bring him to be the 4th man down, and this looks like it's very much over. We see a quick take up of the Svanir. That's really pretty much the point where you want to go for the Svanir. That's going to be the respawn in a second. Kind of a hard regroup there, forced by the 4-man wipe. Euphoria is still alive. What?
Well, I mean,
not quite alive. It's still there.
It's a tactical regroup anyway.
Boyka coming in.
Look, res possible from the Boyka here. Stealth res. Bit of a mistake from blue team. They know where he is though. Is he going to get the res? He should be able to. There we go, successful. Bit of a mistake from Dragons there, as they didn't go for the final kill on him. Boyka doing a good job of coming in for the res, risking everything. So we see this double. We're going to see the duel over towards the Chieftain as well, as he's probably going to go down to burning damage. We all know what that's like in the end and who they're applied by. But now Big Zan probably needs to try and he's going to pull the Chieftain there. Is he going to get the kill on this over the Elemental? This here,
early.
Awesome. Oh, good job. We have seen 2 boss kills actually come across the map as well. And now rank 55 Dragons looking like they're going to pick up the free cap and head off to the win.
We saw some good moves here from CELE, but especially like these. I mean, we had a couple of good reses. We also had that one real overcommitment. But there were a few good ideas, but honestly, Dragons just with a pure team fighting pressure there, just in the beginning. They didn't play for caps. They played on the caps, but just because people happened to be around those, they just moved on from point to point, lost the midpoint afterwards, just returned, killed a couple of people, took that again, went to the next one. Didn't really care that much about defending, just on the aggression every single second of the game. And that was just more pressure than CELE could deal with.
I really feel like, I mean, Celestial Mode are winning against like some mid-tier teams at the moment. Yeah. I mean, and it's more through their sustain. When they come up against these kinds of teams, you know, their pain train combination of the FIFA Mesmer is just absolutely annihilating them in different situations. Sometimes they're able to sustain the point if Boyka can go around and get the contestation on the other points. But the thing is, you know, we need to see some extra damage coming out, and running 2 LEs, and I think they've changed color, by the way. With 2 LEs,
no issue for me. Switch button, bam.
Okay, two LEs and a Bunker Guardian. Yeah, it's quite a lot of sustain, tankability, and maybe too much. I mean, whether or not they change the LE or the Bunker Guardian, I mean, Buffalo's been very effective, and so are the LEs to a degree as well. So it's really about, whoa, that's awkward, as he's stuck in something. But
okay.
I think maybe one of the LEs even would be a nice change up. I mean, that would be then similar to what they change it to, though, is the next thing. And can they play Mesmer, or can they play something else even as well? I mean, you know, Burn Guardian very slow, but you know, over here it's in EU, it's proved not to be too bad, especially against the 1 LE comp, but versus 2 LEs is quite tough. So it could be something they could bring out if they feel confident. I mean, if that's something that one of those guys could change you, they've changed teams again. But yeah, I mean, they just need some more damage as well. I mean, they're able to survive to a degree, but they can't get the kills, so they've not got the extra pressure they need to really win the fights. And when they did, they had the 2 side nodes, and mid was open because of Boyka, and then he just stayed there for a little bit too long when he could have gone over to one of the side nodes. But the reason why they won those side points was probably because he did stay there for too long anyway in the first place. So
yeah,
you know, not too bad.
If I'm trying to remember, we didn't really see much death over on the side of Dragons. There wasn't really a lot of people going down.
They just left the points. They'd rather survive, and yeah.
They kind of played a bit of the orange logo game, just with more mobility, which is kind of interesting. From team fight to team fight, just being dominating there. Which honestly, on this map might get painful. Might get really painful.
the experience as well, and you know the tier of play. I mean, Celestial mode is still very much in that phase of, you know, being consistent and learning together as a team and finding out what their best comp's going to be. People are still changing their builds here and there, like them. Ghost Never Let You Up, he's changed his build completely really recently. I mean, I think we had the Celestial Engineer as well this recent week when he was playing that, and playing Inventions, I think, as well. I can't remember if it was himself or the other team they were playing against, but I don't think it was this build. But yeah, I mean, they've still got really, I mean, it's the Thief with all the damages that's being brought. I mean, the Ellie as well, I'd just say just go both fire. I mean, maybe that would just be more beneficial since they've got the Guardian as well. I mean,
yeah,
fire Ellies might be a better option.
Well, I've just seen in the chat they play double bunker guard. Just commit to it. Play double
bunker guard.
Double bunker guard, double thief, and maybe chuck a Mesmer there and call it the rest squad. I'm all for that.
Yeah, the Guardian, someone's saying in chat as well, the Guardian's like, with a Kappa face, the Guardian's been effective. Well, he got the reses, they survived that henge fight and they won it because of him. So yeah, I would say that he was pretty effective in that fight. I would say that he was, it's an overcommittal of sustain from this team, which is causing them the problems when they hit this kind of team, because, you know, we need to see the damage because they're just not winning the fights over time. They've not got enough damage. I mean, that's what needs to change.
Honestly, Dragons are kind of giving them the possibility to actually do something in this match, just with them moving on from the fight so fast, because they didn't really win a team fight. They picked up the pieces on kind of the leftovers on the nodes that Dragons just left.
Yeah.
They got it.
Well, that's what Boyka did, isn't it? I mean, he made the points contested, then they switched the fight to that point, and Dragons had to pull out because they couldn't sustain long enough because they, you know, their damage dealers were trying to get back, well, their thief was trying to get back the cats that they lost. So yeah, I mean, it worked well in that respect, but then after all, it's like they kind of fell apart. As soon as Dragons picked up another cap, then they could be offensive, and as soon as they're offensive, then they just didn't really have much of a chance, unfortunately.
Okay, now we're going to see how they perform in the second map. This is going to be on Legacy of the 4-5. Of course, we do have the Lords, so when we come to 350 points, this could be ended very quickly. On the blue side, we have Raw, and on the red side, it is CELE.
Probably going to see their stealth movement over towards far, as per usual. I mean, this is, you know, the Mesmer Thief Engineer combo, which normally shifts, but we are going to see Misha moving a portal over towards mid, and there's going to be a 2v3 here over on this quarry node.
Is that going to be a quick cleanup? First CC, they're coming out. Do we already see the Elixir S there from Zan? That was really quickly done. And actually,
yeah, I mean, he's, well, it seems like he needed it. Going to pull out the Rampage. Doesn't get Tornado, pardon me, as Ghost actually gets the Tornado, and Zan wins out on that, unfortunately, for the opposite team Engineer. Maybe staying in that Tornado form for a little bit too long, seeing as Zan's got stability as well. Probably not the best, and now they all go for that cleave. And, you know, we got the Mesmer, we got the Thief, we got the Engineer with the cleave, and that was just already lost. We're going to see cheeky res here, maybe Elixir S res.
No.
He's going to try and go for it, but it's not going to happen. Stuff comes out from the Boyka, obviously, in that third skill. But now we are going to see Ghost die as well. And it would have been better for him to just disengage there, if he possibly could, using that Elixir S. And now they can pull back to mid 55. Dragons. Pretty quickly, and really just bounce off that quarry kill and get the kill onto Vital. It goes into Vamp form there. He will drop into the down state as well.
They're just going to move on. We have Buffalo Guardian in 1v1 against Mancow, and I feel like they're going to run towards that and just try and get the quick kill there, especially because the red team is now funneling into that, and Dragons have been looking for these team fights.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, they're going to move, like you said, straight over to the waterfall, but we are going to see some sustain coming out from High Lord here, so bringing the Elementalist and the Thief in there as well, as they start to lose that midpoint, of course, with Vital going down there as well. We're actually going to see Zan already going for the gate, assuming, well, He's just going to go for a Lord Rush. Why not?
Now.
But they are 4v4 on the map. I mean, he's going to have the defensive Vital. So Vital's going to come out and he's going to be able to go and defend the Lord quite easily. But Zan does have the interrupts, of course, but he actually exits there. But the Ellie doesn't see that that's happening, so Zan goes back to try and pick up the kill on the boss. We'll have to wait and see whether or not he's successful. But now Celestial may need to take advantage of the fact that they are 5v4 on map currently, and Red 11 is still hanging around the map.
Yeah.
So they could have got a couple of decaps there, but Zan choosing to go back
Looks like we have a DC here. And Boyka is just ruthless.
Oh, really?
He goes for the kill.
Who's DC?
11 died 1v1. Big Zan there in the chat. And we actually, I just want to mention that we had 4 people from CELE going into that waterfall node, and for a long time, only man-cow. Just sustaining that. That kind of shows you a bit of the lack of damage we have coming out from CELE.
Was that the Boyka 11 1v1 or was it DC?
What?
That
No,
the DC?
no, Red 11 did just stand around.
Oh, okay, fine.
He DC'd.
That's interesting. Big Zan now trying to go for that boss kill. Actually going down almost himself. Vamp form comes out. Not able to get that on the Lord. He should be able to sustain himself okay. I mean, you know, he's running Marauders. Maybe he's forgotten about that.
Kite
Or is
them. Kite them.
He's kiting like a boss.
Yeah,
at the
no,
moment,
he's
but
gonna
any
die.
damage coming out from the Ellie as he comes into the point here is just going to destroy him, to be fair. He's got no Condi removal other than that Elixir X there. And he can't really go into that because he can be very susceptible to damage. Does a great job of trying to kite him.
Verity
Good old
first,
Zan.
people. Red Lord, Greater Zan.
So over towards the mid now. And there's more HP
Is he
as
going to
well,
keep
and
trying? He's just
probably
kiting
he's
a
just gonna
turn
kite
now.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what he's like. Zan can do that. High Lord goes down as well over the top. Buffalo are able to get that res, and they can push over towards this waterfall point here. They just chuck the Ellie versus Ellie, and you still watching this? He's just playing around with Vital at the moment.
I've just correction. It wasn't his. It wasn't a DC. Levin's pizza just came.
Oh my god!
Get your head in the game, you slacker.
Still, rank 55 Dragons able to sustain the map with a 2 cap at the moment. Big Zan versus Vital over towards the boss is really causing problems. Red team not able to come back into this game very effectively. 100 points ahead for rank 55 now. The boy could go for another 1v1 versus 11, hoping that that pizza is still awaiting him and he's eating it with one hand presently. Buffalo now over on this waterfall point. The Ellie and the Guardian versus this Elementalist. It's just not a good place for them to be at the moment. They should just go towards another node and try and win that fight somewhere else, because the Boyka is 1v2 at the moment. Sorry, no, the Boyka is with Ghost in a 2v1 actually, and Red Levin goes down as he's put into that Moa form. It's Lipion who wasn't over on that point, so my apologies there for that. So good job from them. But still, you know, the Guardian left now versus the Elementalist. Not too bad, because they still have 2 Ellies on the map, able to get the decap over on the midpoint. But we have seen the Lord Rush coming out from the red blue team members, Big Zan and Misha as well. Moa form comes onto Vital, Red Lord dead. 350 points for rank 55 Dragons.
And trying to follow that up with these nice and tasty 5 points I would get from a kill, but currently having a bit of an issue getting Vital down here. Especially because Big Zan had to kind of survive for his life. The pull comes out, the damage follows up, but it's not quite enough yet. And we see the next bit of damage gone right into a dodge there. So now they're basically just running and trying to get back into the game, because right now they're looking at a double cap from CELE.
Yeah. It needs an Ellie on this quarry node. They've got 2 Ellies and a Guardian, and they haven't got any of them over on this quarry node. We've got the NG. But you know, I mean, this is that rotation. The Guardian being over on the waterfall as well was just literally holding him there. That's what that's what I'm assuming they were trying to do, because otherwise there was no other point for that to happen. And Ghost again gets the tornado. Doesn't get what he probably wants, but does keep the point contested. And it does mean that he's going to be able to put some knockbacks out. And he's got support from the Guardian, so it's not too bad. He can stay in it for a bit longer, which is probably what he was trying to do in the first fight that we saw. Zan tries to get the pull on the Guardian as well, but I do believe we've got some stability there, as we see the Boyka just trying to get out on the side, trying to possibly pick up some damage as well as we go over towards midpoint. Red 11 and also Mancal Mage trying to take out High Lord here. They need to stay on node. They need to get someone on the point. The Ellie's got a lot of room to move there. Does just nip off point. Boyka does pick his moment to pick up the stealth and jump onto Red 11 there potentially. But now also Ghost trying to give him some regeneration, but the High Lord does go down here, unfortunately, and so does Ghost as well.
The mower is still enough, the aggressive mower, but we see Buffalo coming in for the res, and the knockback is going to interrupt that, and he might actually be the follow-up target. Did he commit anything to the res? Yeah, no cooldowns left at the moment. One dodge would be helpful, but he doesn't even get to do that one dodge. Double cap still coming out, but with that Lord kill we saw earlier, Dragons right now very, very close to winning this already.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think we probably knew who was going to win this game, but you know, Celestial Mode need to get that experience versus these teams to actually, you know, pick up the game and hopefully, you know, learn from it. You know, that's the first thing they said. Is they appreciate even just being streamed, sorry, just so they can even watch back and just see how they're moving around the map, and they really like focus on getting better and trying to get up there in the scale of things. You know, so it's a good thing for them.
Yeah, I mean, they did get a couple of points. Who is completely, crazily trying to draw something on the map here?
Probably Moa.
Moa.
But Zan gets Tornado.
And I mean, in this situation, well, he might as well go out of it. We've seen before that if you have a Guardian next to you, okay, that might be a legitimate reason to stay in the Tornado, but we also, like, there's a reason why in the WTS, we pretty much saw every single Tornado immediately aborted. Like, no, Tornado, I don't want it. I'm going for the Rampage. That is the reason why I'm taking this. Well, and maybe the AoE mower, but...
Unless you're Chafe and you don't even know what Tornado is. You know, it was a handful of times over the entire day he got that. I mean, obviously there were times when he got it when it wasn't on him, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure he actually got Tornado quite a while, but he was immediately out of it again. Like he did not stay 1 single second in that Tornado, which in most cases was a pretty good idea.
So there we go. That is going to be the end of that series, and we're probably going to go with rank 55 versus, I'm assuming, TCG. We have a look at the we've got
as the next matchup.
We've actually got like some really good teams in here. It's not that I'm surprised, but you know, we've got some really top teams here today. We've got Helseth playing on TCG. I mean, he's playing with a broken arm pretty much, you know. So
well,
don't do that at home, kids.
Yeah.
get your rest. And be good for a longer period of time, but he wants to play on the Go4, so we commend his commitment to the ESL Go4GW2 Cup. Of course, TCG did win on Wednesday for the monthly of July, but that was not with him in it. So we might see later on in the day. Well, we're going to see next series is going to be ranked 55 Dragons versus TCG. So we're seeing ex-TCG members going up against each other, which is going to be great to see, actually.
It is going to be great. But while we're waiting for them to get into the arena, you're going to listen to some music, and we'll be right back with the 42nd Go4GW2 Cup. And welcome back, guys, to the Go4GW2 Cup. We're about to see the semifinals, as Jebro for some reason has his eyes closed.
Were
you meditating?
Read the chat at a time where I wish I hadn't have read the chat.
Okay.
Now let's start to talk about
Which
random
chat?
stuff.
Oh.
Just the map chat. It's getting random in here.
It's always random. What will hopefully not as random is the next match coming up. That's going to be TCG, with a couple of new members of the old faces you might know already from previous teams, versus rank 55 Dragon finishers, or just Dragons, or Raw, whatever you want to call them.
Raw indeed. So yeah,
Raw
we can go
indeed.
through TCG's raw indeed. We can go through TCG's builds very quickly. Let's see if Helseth is going to be going for a Condi Mesmer. Doesn't look like he is.
No,
he's going for
not really.
Great Sword Staff, Standard Shadow with the Mental Anguish, of course. clones on dodge and whatnot. He's going for Mirror of Anguish, so he's not going for what we may have thought he was going for. Obviously, confounding suggestions as well. He's going for Berserker Amulet at the moment. Sometimes he changes that out, but otherwise standard build from him. DD Elementalist played by Jigglypuff, who is Blackjack, old oRNG logo member, of course, as well as member of various teams up until
Also
now
known
as well.
as Zapdos, or what else do we have? What's your name?
Any other
Squirtle or
Pokemon name you
something?
want.
Oh no. Yeah, any Pokemon name out there. He has a character named that, and probably is slightly roleplay, cosplay, like try to design his character, as you see with the pink Jigglypuff. Not
Okay,
quite round enough though.
Okay. Okay, Nick. we understand that you like Pokemon and that you're trying to do this thing. I appreciate it. Everyone, put your favorite Pokemon in chat.
Yay.
Shadow Hearts Thief played by RZ as well. What up, Eternia? We haven't seen him playing for a little bit of time here as he's playing the Fire Elementalist. And then, last of all, we'll probably see Texby somewhere. I do believe we are still waiting for him. Other than that, I mean, you could go through the 55, through the Dragons builds very quickly if you want.
Yeah, we can do it quickly. We have a Big Zan on the Marauders Engineer. Red Levin is gonna be on a Dagger Pistol Thief. And Oracle Mesmer, who is Misha, is gonna be playing that Great Sword Staff Mesmer. Did we ever check out yet? He's playing... He's not going for Mental Anguish, considering he's not on Sword Torch. That makes sense. But otherwise, the nice, good old Shatter Mesmer, not going for the mantras there. Haven't seen that in a bit. Man-Cow Mage. He's going to be playing that Fire Elementalist. Dagger
Wait, who are you
Celestial.
looking at just then?
Man-Cow Mage.
No, just... You're talking about the... I lost you for like a second and you said...
You lost me?
Yeah,
Where am I?
the connection went and I thought I heard you say mantras.
Yeah, not mantras.
Oh, okay, right. I heard mantras and didn't hear the not, so I lost my connection for a second. Apologies about that. I was like, what? What's happening? This is not NA?
No.
Anyway.
Okay. And last but not least, we have Lipion, and he's now gone over to the Warhorn. He's not playing that shield anymore, but still a shout warrior.
Gained Amulet, though. Gone for Fear Me as well.
Gone for Settlers? Okay.
Yeah, it's gone for Sellers now. So, yeah, I mean, the shield is good for his own survival, and actually probably would make more sense versus these guys. But, you know, actually, no, Warhorn 2 Ellie's, you know, removing extra conditions, Warhorn, yeah, that makes complete sense, to be fair, as well. So we'll have to wait and see how well it goes for both teams. We are still waiting for Texby. Whether or not he's asleep is also debatable. So I'll have to wait and see how we go in terms of getting him into the game.
Now we have two people in the Guild Wars 2 scene being known for sleeping. We have Texby and Rom.
Oh god. Let's not talk about that. We're just a bit tired. It's been a challenging week. You know?
I mean, understandable, but still, how many views did the stream get? I didn't actually see it live.
I think it's around 300.
300 people watching sleeping Rom.
Twitch is
that's
a
creepy,
funny place.
people. That's creepy. You don't watch people while they're sleeping.
Well, 200 or 300 people did, so you're probably here as well. So congratulations to you, Rom. Entertaining, even when sleeping.
Yeah.
Good man.
More entertaining than the two of us, probably.
Well done, Nick. You really just... You said it before anyone else did, which is fine. So, yeah.
Beating you to the punch, people.
So we are just waiting for these guys. It's going to be very interesting. Not sure if this is going to be the full final lineup of TCG. Obviously, this has just only happened, but I do believe this is exactly... You know, I mean, we saw most of these guys winning on Wednesday. You know, we had Big Zan, Levin, and also... We had Man-Cow Mage. Yes, I think we did. And also Misha.
He had 800 plus when he was sleeping. Damn.
What?
Okay.
Really?
That's ridiculous. Okay, so even more people are creepy.
Okay, so that's scary. That's amazing. Okay. Yeah, well, when I was there, it wasn't that many, so I'm not sure about that. But I didn't stay till the end, so I have to wait and see. Um, anyway, let's talk about the game, not that, because that's very random. How are we going to see this map go? We've got 2 LEs, of course, over on TCG. 2 LEs, 1 the WTS for the Abjured. That's a lot of sustain, that's a lot of burning, that's a lot of pressure. Not only is it 2 elementalists, it is 2 of probably almost, top tier, I will say, in the EU. Elementalists, of course, playing on TCG with Eternia and also Blackjack Jigglypuff there as well. So, I mean, Blackjack playing in WTS final as well. He's been there. He's won the top competitions. He's got the experience. So this is actually quite a good lineup. Ozzy, we've seen on various teams as well.
Don't look at the map, chat. Don't do it. Don't.
Why? What's going on?
Yeah, no. We're just gonna leave it. What were you about to say? Sorry that I interrupted.
I was trying to just talk about the team members and what's going to be the issues and how they're going to solve them.
Not like that.
God. We've got Condi removal coming out from Mancow, obviously. Lipion as well being shot by Warrior there as well, and then we've got Big Zam with his elixirs, so self-sustaining in that way as well if he's with some other team members. Levin and also Misha over on 55 ranked dragons are going to be rotating around the map, very similar to what we saw in the last game, of course, but 2 Ellie's. We need to watch out for these pain drain combinations, and these guys need to pick each other up. Thieves, Mesmers,
Misha now actually
as well
went for Mental Anguish. He's going for Sword Torch.
Yeah, the extra stealth is going to be useful, so it's going to PU. Yeah, he's gone PU, so there you go. And that's going to be very good because, that Mesmer Thief, when you reverses it, the extra stealth is very useful for your engage, your disengage, and also, they're going to be after him. They're going to be after him.
And you can take advantage of the Mental Anguish. If people don't see you coming, they won't cast spells to try and avoid your damage.
How's Seth going for that Sigil of Blood with air as well over on the Greatsword? As well to grab a little bit more HP. So let's have a look at Master. Yep. I'm just waiting for these guys to change their builds as well. Where is Texby?
They're all going to swap. Yeah, Texby seems to be missing. He has disappeared. We're looking for Texby, everyone. If you have found him, please tell him to...
Whoever's taking him for a walk, can you please return him? We are waiting for XP. You'll see it in a minute when people start putting it in chat.
Mancow is Moonapar. Is it?
Mancow?
I actually don't know.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, actually.
Are they the same person? I know Mancow,
Is this Moonapar. Real life?
Is this real life?
We can't force that, guys. That's up to the admins. I'm not doing that anymore. Never again. Never again. So we are waiting for this start. Don't forget the NA Go4 Cup is also on today as well. Later on in the day as well. So make sure you check that out if you want to get involved with that. We're waiting. The reformation of rank 55 dragons is real. Lipion as well. Looks like he's joining that permanent lineup. This is a good mix of players here as well. Just missing like a major personality, and everyone good. They're all really good guys. These guys, I met most of them now actually as well. So, so have you. So,
yeah,
pretty good.
I was there as well. I've been around.
You've been around.
Yeah. Huh. I'm always there, watching you from the shadows. Yeah, I'm currently on a personal challenge, seeing how creepy I can get. I think I'm doing well.
You are, yes. You're doing a very capable job. Oh, there you go. I told you it would come out on chat.
What?
The walking Texby.
Walking Texby.
That's what he gets for not being here. Where is he?
We don't know. Texby missing. Looking for Texby. Please bring to the play paradise.
We are going to wait for that long because I want to get this started.
Yeah, I'm right now checking if we can just hop into the other match.
Apparently, he's creating a Wi-Fi hotspot for his phone, so he.
Oh
can
yeah,
come
because
and
that's
play
gonna work
Guild
out.
Wars 2.
Oh damn.
Deary me. But otherwise, it's been great to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. This ESL Go4GW2 Cup as the viewers increase, and we haven't even got the gaming started yet. So good stuff. If you watch WTS, hope you enjoyed yourself as well. We will obviously there is the announcement of leagues. So if you weren't around when that happened, leagues is a thing which is coming with Heart Forms. Yes, leagues.
Tell me more about these leagues.
Oh, I will definitely tell you about the leagues. So there's different divisions of leagues as well. It gets to a certain point where you can't actually, can't actually go down until you reach a certain division as well.
A
so
safety net of sorts.
Yeah, pretty much. So it makes you want to proceed and actually get through these leagues and divisions, so you can actually, and get to a point where you feel like you might want to get up higher, but you get there's this new interface where you've got these little pips and they go up and down according to where you have to head to. There's like a new legendary back piece that's involved as well. When you get to top tier, there's going to be some nice rewards. So I'm excited for some more information about that. There is some videos on the Curse website which are pretty informative as well. If you want to go over to there, if anyone's got a link like admin wise as well, so you want to stick that up. And I think John Corbin just actually came into the chat just as I said that, so that was a good timing.
Nice.
If there's any way anyone can link some info about the leagues, that would be great. There is a blog post on the guildwars2.com website as well, so make sure you check out that information.
Should we maybe? Until now we have no information if Taxby he deceived. Wait, what? Yeah, is Taxby gonna get here or not? Shall we just go into the other match? Well, or in Sugar Soul, we do have the information for it. Show the people some action.
Yeah, but as soon as it comes in.
Or do you think now we've committed this much time into waiting for Taxby to arrive?
The final isn't going to happen until this game's played anyway, so we're going to be waiting at one end of the scale. So
Well, maybe they get disqualified or play 45.
That's true. Let me just ask in the admin chat here as well.
Okay.
So Helsef's got a broken arm, is in the game,
it's not
team.
broken, is it?
Well, yes, it is.
No, it was a dislocated shoulder.
Alright, it doesn't look like it. I'm pretty sure it's not. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is he's injured, right?
Yeah.
And he's here in the team, ready to play, and takes big... Oh, this is just genius. I love it. But otherwise,
Indicator mail. Okay. Okay, chat is just really getting weird.
Yep. I'm just not look there anymore. XP is the new sizer. Yes, I remember those days. Those blue screen keyboards. Blue screen laptop moments of sizer. We've actually, God, now thinking about it, like the last, I've been thinking about it actually a little bit here and there, but coming up for like 2 years since I've been casting, which is like November-ish time. So it's about a year and a half, just over, whatever. I can't calculate time and space apparently. I'm not Doctor Who, people.
You're not?
But all the different things that have changed in the last 1.5 to 2 years. The different metas that we've had, and like how we are at the moment.
Oh,
other than
we don't have to switch. We don't have to switch,
God!
Ladies and gentlemen. We have a Taxby.
Thank you for returning Taxby, whoever did. It's very much appreciated, so we can get this game underway. Let's go. As I put that in the chat. There we go. Yes.
And he's gonna be on a soldier. Rifle engineer.
Oh, it takes me back on NG. Doesn't need to go to the ELE since we got the 2 guys playing that. So nice to see the beanie beard
get a 4 from there. Why not?
See, he plays inventions. Like as a personal preference, just as an engineer. I know no one's gonna really care about that probably, but Inventions just have that extra, that nice survivability with the extra heal, with the mecha legs as well. And Bunker Down gives you some nice medkit sustain there as well. So, you know, it's kind of nice. You don't get as much regen, of course, from the energy. But he's playing, like you said, soldiers in that build. So we'll have to wait and see if they will ready up. He's not going for HGH, of course, because he's not got any elixirs. So he's going for Mortar Kit, which is more sustainable. Gets tons of fields. He's got that Frozen Ore as well, limits that damage which comes onto him. As long as the, as well as getting the blinding fields, he gets the extra blast as well if he's gone for siege rounds, which he has. So yeah, he can pull off some nice sustain with that. He got the poison field as well as the healing. Of course, he's got the elixir heal on that 5th skill on the Mortar Kit. So now everyone is here. We can start the game.
We can, hopefully. Where are the ready ups? Helseth is ready as ever. He's ready to battle.
He's ready to battle.
Jigglypuff, RZ, Eternia, and Texby not ready, however. Apparently. Oh, yeah, we see a couple of the ready ups coming out. Eternia, the one that's slacking on the side of Dragons. Actually, 2 still missing. Misha, maybe not feeling up to the task?
Well, you know, rank 55.
Psychological analysis based on ready up timing. Yeah.
Well, I could do that if you want.
Do it. What do late ready ups tell us, Jebro?
Well,
Professional
it could be
opinion.
a psyching out of the opposite team. It could be the fact that they are literally not ready.
It could be.
Mind games, indeed. Oh dear. Well, during WTS actually, Colaris made a good point. I think it was during WCS when he said we looked at the scoreboards and the Abjured, you know, they had 5 ticks.
There we go.
And orange logo, you know, cross. They were that confident about moving into the game, but that's a different situation.
Sometimes you just need that little bit of time to go through your tactics. But now, we are finally done with the time of waiting. Can go into the game as we start off with the first map in this best of 3. TCG on the red side versus Dragons on the blue side.
So identical cross from the Ellie's now. One that is stealth. Jiggly goes over towards that far point now. Lipion knows he's going to get the cross, which is why he's not on node at the moment. It just does go to the side. Maybe expecting that that's going to be a stealth push from from TCG over onto the Henge maybe, but they've not done that actually. Arzi and Helseth now stealthing up. Helseth not popping into that field apparently, but we are going to see them moving on to node now, trying to pick up the targets, but Texby is already pressured here very heavily and almost goes down, but it's going to be okay in the end as he does go through that portal, probably regenerating. Just going to go for the slow motion back to mid rather than going back through that portal. Good, very cautious there actually.
Zan probably trying to bank on that rampage, didn't get it, spun around a bit, went out of it again, and now can't see that TCG is actually moving pretty aggressively towards that far node. Will be ready for it, but we have Levin and Misha there. So they're immediately getting the burst on Jigglypuff. 2 teams and the same idea apparently. TCG not really getting anything done right now. And they're not going to go for the rest. That's just a bit too aggressive. Eternia jumping in, trying to keep it neutral and getting caught in a bit of burst. He needs to be careful. And already TCG, I think, maybe should be moving towards that midpoint or trying to get the quick kill on Big Zan.
They've made a good decision here. What they did was, like you said, that was true. They didn't want to go on the point and get the real focus onto them on that node, and actually they went for the kill potentially on Big Zan, knowing that he was probably coming into the point. That Pain Train combination would be very susceptible to him. Of course, Ozzy's still in stealth there, and they're going to probably pick up the kill on Big Zan in the end if they're persistent with this. But he is in stealth. He's still bleeding, and poison ticks too. 472 HP.
Still alive.
Good popper, that regeneration on the tool belt skill there as well. Jiggly going to go for that 1v1 over on the side of the Henge there as well, as Misha comes into potentially +1 that up as Lipion just goes back onto node, and now they're going to just contest that. The Sharp Warrior, of course, can contest versus the Ellie for a bit longer than the Mesmer, of course.
Oh, and Zan is Honestly, sorry, but Zan didn't only make it out of that alive. Being chased, trying to jump into the refuge to be saved, getting the knockback from Helseth, but he also made it onto the point and got the decap while TCG was busy trying to go for the other kill. He's gonna fall now. We see the instant portal to move onwards for TCG very quick.
Yeah, but look at the
here,
rest!
helping out TechSpeed. Red 11 for the rest. They can't go back. Oh, they can. At least Helseth, and that's gonna take the steam out of the attack towards mid.
Yeah, but Helseth still managed to get the kill off on Zan, but the thing is, he doesn't know he's gone down because Big Zan is in stealth. Is Red Levin going to go for the raise again? Ozzy comes in just to cleave. He's cleaving in the right spot again. Levin gets him up, but that's good from Zan because if Zan hadn't have stealthed up before, he wouldn't have been up there. But now, really, Red Levin and Zan are just trying to survive. Do they try and reverse the damage on them? Because Helseth is very low here. Does have his heal. We'll pop that off now. Doesn't get a massive amount because he didn't have any clones up, unfortunately, as well. And Arzi now is disengaging. This is a good decision from these guys. But Texby as well is in a bit of a position where he's now been pulled back by Zan in stealth. Good job from him as Misha comes in as well, but he gets through that dodge. Good job from him. We see Amoa coming out as well. Mancow does go into the downstate. Sorry, Vapor Form and goes through that portal. Good job as rank 55 do survive that engagement.
Oh, and Big Zan either didn't manage to or is choosing not to go. Probably a better idea for him to stay in mid because TCG is on their way over there, but does he know? Trying to get the pull on TechSpeed to give Lipion some room, but that I think is going to go into an all-out team fight on mid. TCG already committing to it. Do we see Mancal just surviving like a beast right now? Jigglypuff coming in from the side. That's going to be the sustain, enabling Helseth maybe to go a bit more aggressive, but Big Zan on the side, he's leaving the portal and already trying to escape. We saw a disconnect from Taxby. Lipion AFK.
Okay, cool.
There.
Yeah, good. I mean, Texby's probably going to have this problem occurring. He is back in the game as of now. Check both Mesmers. They're both using Zerker Amulet there as well. So Red Levin does engage onto Helseth, gets the E-mob, but he uses that ability there. Phase retreats to just get out of that and does stuff. We are going to see him moving towards mid, not stealth, sorry. As the tornado comes out from Big Zan, needs to pop out of that quickly. He does indeed, and he's going to use that jumping around the side to actually get some line of sight. But Helseth's still going to try and engage. Arzi was mowed there from the Elixir X throw, as Arzi does get back into stealth. He's going to pick Big Zan back up as well.
No, that was Misha's mower. We still have the it's not on cooldown from Zan.
Oh, okay, maybe it was. My bad. Oh no, yeah, you're right. Sorry, my bad. I just checked. Yes, and cooldown's still up, so that's my bad there as well. Got the mower onto the thief there, so good job. Move back over to mid. Not able to get anything out of it in the end. It was really for Big Zan's defense more than anything. And now Red Team is still very even across the map actually at the moment, even though we saw that DC come out.
Yeah, and now they want to go for the far node. I guess we already have the blue team in a bit of a defensive position towards their mine node. No one really going for anything. I feel like TCG want to reinforce Henge, but they need to be ready for the aggression towards mid. Now question, are they going to defend or are they going to move on to mine? They choose the mine, actually going towards that with a pain train. If we have a portal ready, we have a portal, so it's a good idea to go there with 2 people.
It's going to be a really good idea, because Misha's got burning and everything. And no, they're not. Pardon me, sneeze there. They are
portal coming out already.
Right now. Helseth's in a good position to actually watch out for that, for those guys coming back through the portal. They're going to leave it. Mid's okay now as well. Over on the Henge, we do see that Red Levin's come on to +1 this, try and get the extra kill down onto Eternia, who's doing a good job. You know, he always does such a good job at just holding these side nodes, but unfortunately, TechSpeed and Eternia do lose that in the end as Jiggly comes over as well. They've got sustain on this point, but it's in their favour, so we're probably going to just see them go towards mid. Zan's going to get the free cap there. We are actually going to see rank 55 members staying on this point. I think it'd just be better if they moved back into the map and assisted. Oh, there we go. We can see Levin going over to the mine. He needs to get there quite quickly to assist in the plot, as Misha's having a few problems in the 1v2, obviously, as the Mesmer, but now they need to regenerate to a degree so they can re-engage here. Levin's going to go back. They're actually not. They know that they had to use a few cooldowns there to get Misha out successfully. Using the Shadow Refuge to stealth up here.
And
Probably
that
waiting
should have
for them
been
to come back
spotted.
in.
That should have been spotted. So Eternia should have some idea, but will it help? He gets the first escape, tries to jump around the side, kind of the same route that Zan has been taking to great effect here while kiting. He has to fire a great sword pop, but the Immorb comes up. Red Levin, the only one chasing right now, and that's probably not going to be enough damage to get him down quickly. Actually, he's struggling a bit just with the contin damage coming out, but he gets the remove on that. Oh! And Red Levin needs to be careful, he can't go aggressive. We already have the pop of that Vapor Form, no conditions on him right now. But Taxby from the side also kind of deciding to maybe have a look at that Levin character over there.
There's 2 caps coming out from the Mesmers as well, mid and mine just capped by Misha there. Zan's just going to try and engage here, even though he's quite low HP with no heal up, so that's a bit dangerous in his position. 6 Shoes comes out from Taxby, of course, is trying to save the life of Jigglypuff. Looks like he's going to get res here successfully. Does get the res up as well. Good coverage with the Chaos Storm. Helsef does port back to mid. So 1v1 Red Levin actually. Arzi comes back through as well. But Misha's there in stealth. Comes up from behind on Helsef. Doesn't get the massive amount of damage off from that shot that he wanted. And Helsef's doing a good job of just trying to keep the point contested. Gets the distortion off as well. And Arzi does get some ticks back on that cap. As we've got Mesmer Thief combos over on this midpoint here.
Yeah, they're trying to go for the re-engage here. Helseth being very careful, actually. They're trying to catch them out. We have at least...
They're going to get the decap?
The Thieves in stealth again. Oh, and he actually does an attack to prevent the decap. That's a bit curious, but maybe the kill is just a bit more important. But this is just a lot of porting around. Who's going to be plus oneing that first engineer from both teams coming in? But Lipion also on the side.
Yeah, indeed. So, I mean, we've got the mirror match in terms of teams, team comps, other than the Ellie engineer, sorry. So we've got no engineer, sorry, not Ellie engineer, the 2 Ellies, and obviously we've got the Shadow Warrior over on the side of rank 55 Dragons. Big Zan coming in with low HP, does get that Elixir S pop, and now does have to move through the node with that toolkit ability, of course. The Cog Shield blocking a ton of damage from Helsef from afar. We obviously on the side node, still we've got Eternia over here on the Henge versus Mancal, so that's going to be going for a while now as well. That point is not capped. Misha again going for the decap over on the mine point as well as we go back towards mid. But there's skirmishes happening all around, and also Lipion versus Jiggly on point. You can see he's doing a good job. In the end, I think the Elementalist obviously is going to win that fight, but Lipion still can hold his own for quite a while, as he can just take away those conditions. But Big Zan going down over towards these steps here on the keep is very big. Are we going to see the Red Levin rescue? He's going to try it. Drop Shadow Refuge. Self comes out onto him. No down cleave at all. And Hellstep comes in. Nice knockback from him. And a ton of burning damage as well.
That's still not going to be it. They don't know if they've done it or not. They don't know if they've done it, and they did not. Big Zan back up. Are they actually going to go for the Jigglypuff engage? Because that's very dangerous. We still had a couple of people around, but TCG too focused to move into that mine fight. So they're going to get the decap here with Big Zan. A couple of people retreating. No, they're actually not. Eternia last second porting back in 3 people there to defend and maybe make a quick end of Red Levin. If he gets out, then Zan could just keep them busy a bit and leave them enough room to get the quick kill on Taxby, or maybe... It's even more of a wise choice in terms of target if he had a couple of connection problems.
He's just getting the decap instead, to be fair. I mean, he just did. Good job from him. Fire a Great Sword is ready on point, just in case anyone needed to move out quickly. We can see the portal over from Helsif. Arzi's going to go through there to try and get this decap and kill with a +1 from the Thief over on the Henge node, actually, on Mancal. Try and take him out quickly so they can come back into this game. The lead extends to about 90 points now. We've got the 1v1 between Texby and Lipion here. Of course, he can get rid himself of those conditions. Lipion doing a fantastic job as Shadow Warrior, of course, as ever. As we go back over to mid, contested, still rank 55. Dragons have the 1 cap in their favour, but still some difficulties at the moment from TCG to get these kills where they need to. Mancal is being a beast. Is he still in a 1v2? Yeah, they've been in this 1v2 for so long that it's going to probably cost TCG in the end. Unless,
honestly,
no, absolutely not.
This kind of looks a bit like Moonapar. If he is or not, we don't know, but the survivability seems to be on par against that pain train for so long, giving up the cap. Actually, not intentional, but lucky accident. So we don't have really the damage from TCG coming out on that midpoint. Still the cap going on. And Eternia and Taxby defending that quite well. So also survivability there. The Pain Train doesn't really do too much. Maybe Zen now with the Tornado can actually take advantage of the CC capabilities of that. Goes out, maybe combines that with a bit. We saw the Immobilize on Taxby. That's not going to bring him down after all. Double cap now. We still don't have a downed man cow.
No,
and he's just going back for the...
But they're back through the pool. Oh, but they come back for the survive. He's just going to go for the damage on Texby. They didn't know Mancow was there. Obviously, I mean, you know, the thief, Arzi was there, but they just needed to risk it, and they came through. But Mancow has to disengage because Helsef can just get a ton of damage. He can really focus onto Texby here, though. Needs to check that he's got, of course he's got that trait, but he's not going to be able to remove as many conditions. So this is actually a good matchup for the blue team here, and he needs some support, and that comes in from Arzi as well. If they can get that knockback and the CC onto Mancow, they can really do some damage, but it's still 2v1. We obviously downstate of Eternia coming out just below the keep. I do believe he just Vapor formed as well. Did good damage coming out. Helsef's being really gutsy and staying here as well. Needs to be careful, but the thing is, you know, Red Levin downstated as well as Mancow. He's trying to survive. Does run into Helsef there as well. Tons of damage comes out, but he goes down. Helsef is down as well. We got downstates from Eternia and from Helsef here. Mancow survives like a boss.
Arzi with the res on the
alive.
side. No one really noticed that he was there and that Eternia was going to go back up. Arzi now in a possible +1 situation here. Stealth escaped. The teamfighter might get the quick kill on Mancow, but we've seen how hard it is to get a Mancow down, even if you're the combination of a Mesmer and a Thief. But they're doing pretty well. Escape on the side. That's going to be the decap right there, and it looks like it will be the kill. I just can't imagine him not getting the last bit of backstab there. Poison is on, so that's going to negate a bit of the heal. See him Vapor forming into the mid of the point. Big Zan with potential rest there could salvage this situation. He is in stealth, but the AoE damage is just a bit too much for him. And Oracle Mesmer, aka Misha, not really able to gain any benefit by just cleaving in there.
Texby is versus Red Levin on the side now as well, and actually Texby might pick up this kill against Red Levin here. So, you know, interesting matchup there going on the sides. But I think this is the end for TCG in this first game.
They could now just go for a boss.
Yeah, they could go for the boss indeed.
They don't need to.
Decap possibly by Jigglypuff, not going to happen. But this is pretty much over. I mean, the timing on the map as well, we've only got 30 seconds left, so it's been going for a long time. The points have been contested pretty solidly for the entire game, actually. I think we're just trying to see. It's very interesting to see the Pain Train combination against the Pain Train combination, because we barely ever see it. We only had one Mesmer in, I mean, really only had one Mesmer in the WCS as well, of course. But,
yeah,
you know,
and honestly,
times.
even if you have two Pain Trains, it's a pretty risky matchup to go for, because the team fighting is just so volatile.
I didn't mean two.
What?
Yeah, exactly. I meant two, not one.
Okay.
But,
Mancow is Moonabar. Okay, same account name. Yeah, I can't actually see that
Can't see the
from
account
the
names, yeah.
spectators interface here.
Yeah, that's normally we could you know, could do that in if you're in party chat or something, but yeah, in the spectators we can't actually see the account name, so we can't remember if they are the same. You can tell where Eternia's back in playing. So, interesting map chat going on. Nice to see if you just joined the channel as well. Just hit 1k viewers, so thank you very much for joining us. We're only in the semi-final between TCG and really newly reformed Rank 55 Dragons, of course, ex-members of TCG that went to WTS, Red 11, Big Zan, and also Lipion here as well. So, interesting times, as I'm sure this is the full lineup we're going to see from TCG, the two Elementalists. I'm not sure that's something that, you know, we'd normally we would see as a permanent lineup for that team, but we'll have to wait and see. Two LEs obviously winning the WTS very recent times, which is a week ago, a full-on week ago. It's insane how fast time goes.
Quickly it goes. Just to
A
mention
nice
that.
stretch there.
What? A stretch?
You had a nice stretch.
No one saw that. No one saw that. Why do
They
you
didn't, but they probably could hear it.
They could hear me stretching.
It's very good. Yeah, because you're like... Just me.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think we're seeing any change-ups here. Let's check
No.
out Helsef's build, playing Zerka Shatter with PU, Eternia Double Dagger, and then CELE Elementalist. Oh, let's just check the line again, sorry. Fire line, so he's going for Fire Elite. RZ gets Shadow Arts. The P-Thief, Texby playing the Soldiers, a Rifle Engineer, but going into Inventions instead
And
of
honestly,
Tools.
if he's actually playing on a smartphone Wi-Fi hotspot,
Doing good.
kudos. Like, if he's on that kind of internet, then he's really playing well.
Yeah, it's tough, like connection-wise. I mean, especially if he's like 1v1 versus a thief, which is what he was around the back of Keep there, on where the boss was as well. I mean, Mancow was just an absolute boss that last game. Jesus, he held that henge point very well. Even survived some engagements from Mesmer Thief combination to a point where, you know, he was doing very good. He was distracting the rest of the team. They didn't actually get anything out of that, actually, funnily enough, in the end, rank 55. They actually lost the caps on the map, which they probably shouldn't have, as soon as they were outnumbering. But yeah, other than that, we are waiting for the guys to ready up. If you joined us, then welcome. Just realised that this is my 4th cast this week.
4th cast this week. You're a very busy Jebro.
A busy bro.
Busy bro.
Busy bro.
You're the G-Brav.
Okay.
I still think you should rename everything to G-Brav. And go full on London.
Full on London. Oh. Let's just make sure that everyone's ready to go. And then we can go. Second game. Will TCG be able to come back and push us into a 3rd map on Kylo, of course? Standard rotation. No temple here. Actually, it might be interesting to have a quick little talk about this. People think that they would prefer to see temple in the Go4 weekly, of course. It was a discussion that would be had with ESL. But, you know, since it came into WTS, it might be nice to see it once in a while, maybe every other week. But I don't know what the chat thinks about that. Maybe people could put their opinions in the chat and let us know exactly what they would prefer.
Would
Thanks,
you guys
Nick.
like
now
to
there's
see?
a hashtag.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah, our casts are always weird. That is what we're here for.
There are no casters like us, that's for sure.
And that's probably a good thing.
Aw, Box is always so upset. Give some hugs to him in the chat, please. We are waiting for the guys to start, guys. We cannot do a single thing, and as soon as I say
we could false start.
we are ready to go. We could, but I'm not doing that ever again.
Yeah, I remember the last time you did that. Oh, the drama.
Yep.
Oh, the
That's
drama.
why. That's pretty much why.
Drama, baby. But
Still
now,
won, thankfully.
now we can finally go into the game. The teams are ready. It's currently 1-0 for Raw. The Dragons are back and they're facing off against TCG, who have the chance to equalize the score and force us into a 3rd map. Let's see how it plays out.
Yep, so Jigglypuff going to go for the close point of the red team, of course. We're going to see the split potentially from Big Zan and also from Red 11 here. Thinking about the portal again, similar placement from Misha there, in exactly the same as their last game, so not changing much up there in terms of their split. But the same team, TCG are going to go for the split on the Moa onto Lipion. Does try to go away in that 5th skill, that dash. Doing a good job of line of sight, but I don't think this is going to come out for Lipion here. We are going to see the stance coming out. He still needs to get away. He can't do. TCG good follow-up to get the kill. So now we need to see the same thing coming out from rank 55, of course. Not able to. Jiggly comes back over onto that quarry node. They do get 1 cap apiece, though.
That's a pretty good start. That's a pretty good start.
TCG,
If you consider that we basically saw the same action from both teams, but for TCG it worked out with getting 1 kill and the midpoint now being able to rotate over to the waterfall, that's worth a lot more than after all getting no kills. And the cap over on Quarry, not really the best position. Maybe they can be a bit sneaky because we see TCG being fairly aggressive towards that waterfall. So mid is wide open if anyone wants to take advantage of that. Red 11 actually has the same thought, but people are chasing him.
Yeah, I mean, I actually saw that Jiggly is having some problems versus Big Zan over here in the Marauders. Is actually disengaging this versus the Engineer. And Big Zan is very strong, but you know, the Elementalist really, he's got a... Zan is really going for it, but I think that Jiggly just pulled him off node to actually go for the regeneration. Yeah, I think so. I think that was the case. He's definitely going to be able to probably get that point contested in time as long as no one +1s that fight between those guys. Texby low HP as well as we head over towards the waterfall. Pulls out his heal, able to get it, but the burst damage does come out onto him as well as the knockback. He does get away with that jump shot there from the rifle. Pulls out the heal on the elixir, but jumps out of it and then jumps into the face of Red 11. And also Mancow just put a bit of extra cleave down on his corpse. Should see him going down unless we see a res from Arzi potentially, but Arzi is on the other side of the map.
Yeah, that's actually quite interesting. You saw Jiggly having a bit of an issue in the 1v1 against Zan, and then Arzi didn't really go for the kill, but just to give him some room. Just put some pressure on Zan to kind of reset the fight for Jiggly, then go over to that midpoint. I mean, we had Helseth there, kind of on his... wait, was it Helseth? Not quite sure. I think it was Helseth on the midpoint, so he needs a bit of reinforcement. Maybe better to +1 that. But now the pain train going over to that quarry, and Zan is in a situation where they could get a pretty quick kill. Maybe also the rest on Jiggly in case he goes down. Offensive Zan! And we see the first bit of burst. Vamp from Proc. And they get the follow-up. He's trying to kite like a beast again. Elixir S coming out. That should give him some room. Did he juke? Where is he gone? No, he's down. Down he goes.
That's what
That's from Levin. Misha also with it. Tries to pull the invo rest, but the damage just a bit too much for them to handle. Afterwards, still Levin recommitting to that. Getting Big Zam back up, and the cap is still neutral. The cap's really close. The point's really close. This is all open for the taking for both teams right now.
Yeah, Lipion just got on point there as well to make sure that it stays contested. But we've got the Elementalists. Oh no, we've got two LEs over on the midpoint now as well. Here, really there just for distraction. Mancow just trying to put some pressure onto What Up, just in case their team does win that. He can set them up for an engagement. Texby just generating himself as Lipion goes down here. Actually, Red 11 does come in for the sneaky res, gets the stealth off initially. They're going to get the couple more decaps on that point as well. So good job from Red 11 there. It was, pardon me, in stealth. Just a bit of cleave there. It was a bit of a mistake, and now Helseth goes down. They really pay for that res that just happened. So that's quite big.
But Mancow is in some trouble. We saw TCG just moving over to that midpoint as we had the portal used to get back to that quarry. So Eternia now in a position where he can just try and move over to the decap, and I think it's a good decision for Mancow to just abandon the midpoint. I mean, that fight wasn't really going anywhere from them. Leaving them now with the down of Jiggly, but the sneaky rest from Arzi. Keeping them still in a double cap. But
Eternia did a good job there, actually. You're right. Almost got the decap.
But mid could be pretty dangerous here for TCG.
Could actually see a free cap coming out for the Dragons. Indeed, as Zan is fine over on the core at the moment in this 1v1. He's in Marauders. Sorry, he's in that rampage as well at the moment. Does a good job at dodging a lot of that fire burning damage on the point. Can't go through that ring. He does actually go for the engage here onto Jiggly, but that burning probably shouldn't have walked through that fire there, mate. But okay, he's going to be fine for now. Does get the cleanse up, and he knows he can handle that at the moment.
Yeah, decap coming out. Quite a bit long there, but survivability is sometimes just a bit more important than keeping that cap right there.
Arzi on Helseth over towards the waterfall. They know he's stealth there. No port comes out either, and Helseth does go down in the end. Arzi just survived that, trying to go for maybe the one up onto Lipion over on mid. But
really? I don't think that's a good idea. If anything, he needs to kind of wait for the reinforcements for TCG to come.
He could just come up to here onto Zan. Zan's so low HP, he's really close. There we go, he's going for it now. They maybe a little bit earlier would have been better, but now he's got the stealth. And he's going to go back over for the decap. That's a bit of a mistake. Jiggly knows that he's going for that, surely. Yes, he does.
And he has the regen right now. He has the regen. He turned around. He's back up to full health. Almost has all of his cooldowns back up. And is now in a straight up 1v1 on that neutral point again. So that worked out brilliantly for him there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know he's in stealth. So, you know, if you're missing someone on the map, you've only got one node, and you're not on point, chances are he's going for it, right? So That was a bit of a mistake, unfortunately, in the end. He did see him, but he didn't. He saw him a little bit too late. And actually, I think by committing to this point, 50 rank 55 dragons, they're going to lose the waterfall, and they're not really gaining much here. In fact, they've actually lost a cap over on the waterfall as well. So maybe overcommittal, but if they can win the fight, of course, and get the caps, they'll get some nice kill points as well on the board. They are winning by just over 100 points now as well, so they're doing pretty good as we come over to this quarry node. And again, Zan gets that rampage form. Had a tornado a couple of times, grabs a stealth and then pops back out of the node and regenerating his teammates here as well. Just wondering what's going on the other side of the map as we see a portal coming out into mid. Good rotation from a blue as well, but not in time. They didn't get on point in time to make sure the point was actually kept in their favour. Stayed in their favour, sorry. Contestation from Helseth there. But yeah, that overcommittal towards the quarry node just cost them 2 caps, Nick.
It did. Everything's neutral. Everything's back up for grabs. Misha is actually, I think, going to go aggressive in a second here with 3k life left, but the burst on Helseth means that he actually can't do much. Goes back through the portal, is on that waterfall, and that should at least secure them the waterfall, because with who's there right now, that's a good combination. we see that typical pain train plus engineer. That should be the CC necessary to get a man cow down. Will it be enough? He has a fiery greatsword. That already gives him good escape mechanics.
Oh, Helseth goes down! Actually, Tixby comes in for the res. There's not much that we can see coming out, and Arzi comes in for the Shadow Refuge res. Easy res onto Helseth there, as Big Zan does back away. Actually, probably wouldn't, maybe in the end, might even just be better to just leave him there, I think. But Zan does grab some stealth again for himself. Probably going to use that jump shot to just distance himself away from that fight there. As mid, it's probably going to be another easy decap. Misha's the only one on point here, and he's going to have to bail. Grabbing that stealth, puts down the portal, just in case for later they are able to come back into this point, of course.
With 11 in there, however, as well. Gets to immobilize. We have the Vamp proc in a couple of the cluster bombs. Needs to be careful, needs to disengage there. That's going to be the cap going over to TCG, so they might be able to make some points up. But the rotation of 11 towards that, well, already 1 point. I maybe thought they might go for the kill of Texby there. But TCG very aggressive towards that node. I think we're going to see a double portal in a second. I don't think they're going to stick around. First guys to portal out is Dragons. Do we see the follow-up? No. Actually not, or did we? Yes, we did.
We might
double portal, and where are they going to stay?
No. Misha's back over towards the quarry here at the moment. Is he going to get the decap against Jigglypuff here? He's not going to get back on. Oh, 1 tick left. Able to keep the node in their favour, but Red 11 is going to come for the +1. This is a good rotation. They can pick up the kill on Jigglypuff quite quickly, but he is quite close to their spawn point, which is where he can go back to, of course. He's got some good maneuverability there, so he can get back through. He does go, that is the good option from him to survive. And Lipion going down mid. Oh, he's so close to being res. Actually does get back up in the end, actually, by Zan and the rest of the members over there. Not having the Thief getting involved, but Zan does come out to a lot of cleave there. Thief and focus damage comes out, but Banner with the Shadow Refuge combination with the stealth. And that's the benefit.
Now they're in a good position. Now they're in a really good position to go for something. Will they be actually going for Eternia? Not sure that's the best side. We have a Helseth on the side, and that might be the death of Zan again. Red 11, no, don't go for the rest. That's a huge mistake. Yeah, he needs to get out of this. He has the double cap secured, just +1 the waterfall, and you're all fine.
Good cleave, good work from TCG there, actually. The combination knockback from Helseth and the Chaos Storm really put the pressure on there, forcing, like you said, Red 11 to dissipate from that fight. Quick rotation over towards the waterfall from Eternia here to +1 this. Maybe get the decap while they're just over on the side. That would be a good job, because at the moment, they were just cleaving Texby. Almost lost that cap there. Just a little bit careful. Red 11 just cleaving on Texby there to make sure he's going to be taken out here as well. Over on the quarry, still blue team able to actually at the moment just sustain this. Lipion does get some nice damage on him from Helseth and also from Arzi there. Arzi quite low himself, needs to be very careful as Zan comes in from the side. Good stealth move from Arzi means he survives there as well. Portal comes out. We're going to see that portal movement coming across the map. We are indeed. Oh, Red 11 finds Helseth. Helseth ports.
Arzi trying to go for the res, and that's going to be really quick. That was well coordinated, very clean res there. Elseth trying to get out. Are they gonna go for man cow here? Elseth definitely spotted, so they kind of know the movement. No portal up, so we're gonna have a 1v1 over here. 1v1 on the other side point as well. Arzi with a +1 to the waterfall. And a mid, now Eternia, Jigglypuff, both elementalists trying to keep this 1 point that's keeping them in the game right now. But it's not going to keep them for that much longer. We already have 55 in a position to being able to end this with the Lord Rush. They're not going for it now, and they don't really have a reason to. Decap coming out on that quarry, but still that 1 point is by far enough to carry them to the 500 point mark.
I mean, really, if you think about it as well, I mean, this is these 5 guys on TCG playing together. I don't remember ever seeing this combination of these 5 players playing together in a tournament before anyway. So, you know, they're doing pretty good against a bunch of guys who have played together at least once, I would say. Must have in a competitive tournament scene. I might be wrong about that, but at least, you know, Mancal has played with TCG, he's played with Rank 55, he's played with everyone. He's good enough.
Mancal's been around.
Yeah, he has, and he knows that his role very well, and Lipion actually might go down
Arzi
here.
with the self-res. Arzi is gonna get the self-res. No one has the slightest idea where he is, but now Levin does. And that's gonna be the immediate engaged. Hellseth a bit too far away to help him out, but Re-Stealth should... Oh, never mind. Ports the portal, but actually puts himself into a position where it's a bit dangerous. The updraft comes out, portal back over to mid, and that was really in the nick of time. 6 stacks of burning, that almost brings him down. 1k HP left, but I think we might have a bit of resignation. 200 HP, there we see the Vamp proc. No conditions on him thus far. XP coming in from the side, and he actually manages to get out of the side, waits for the cooldown to come back up on that heal, gets back up. Red Levin presents himself as a target right in front of his eyes, not quite able to nail him down. And the pull from Zan over to the side is going to be the end of Hellseth.
Yes, I mean, the game's been over for about a minute, and really, I mean, but we've lasted almost the whole length of time here. 500 points hit by Rank 55 Dragons as they defeat TCG there. Of course, ex-members of TCG in their team lineup. And, you know, different lineup for TCG there as well as Hellseth playing with pretty much a busted arm and fair play and TXP, you know, different issues there for TCG, which, you know, Rank 55 looking strong in this reformation basically as well. So you're not taking anything away from that defeat at all because they did very well. But yeah, good to see that Pain Train versus Pain Train as well. So good job from those guys. Portals were very effective. We actually had a lot of portals just sitting next to each other, almost the guys having exactly the same idea of how they were going to rotate to a degree. But I think, you know, in the end, we just saw the better communication from Rank 55 in that matchup as well.
And then, honestly, it's quite interesting. If you have the simultaneous double portal activate, it's basically just, okay, who's going to stick where? You have the first reaction to the first portal, then are they just going to move back, and who ends up where? Can you really carry all the members through just in the nick of time that you wanted to go through? Is it all going to go to plan? It gets a bit chaotic, and that can sometimes basically just flip a coin. Who gets through what, where, and when, and how fast? But yeah, 55 looking, not 55, sorry, Dragons looking pretty strong. They looked pretty strong just before they kind of disbanded. See if they get up to the same dominance they had before in the finals. And do we know who they're going to face up against in today's finals?
We should do after waiting that long.
Probably.
If we don't have it, oh god, we don't.
Brackets not updated.
Orange Legionnaires would be, I mean, the team that we would expect to go through. And actually,
alternate existence beat Salt in the quarterfinals.
Okay, that's drums and whatnot as well. Okay, so that's an interesting team combination. Interesting to see them take that win there. Your goose is cooked. Now, what combination of people was that? We've got so many different people on that. Persons. Wow. Miniature started coming out there. But yeah, I mean, we'll just wait for the final. We'll see you very soon. We'll hopefully get it underway as soon as possible, guys. So thanks for joining us so far. We'll see you very soon for the ESL Go4GW2 Cup number 42 EU final. See you soon.
Oh, and I screwed up my sound levels. Welcome back to the Go4GW2 Cup. I hope I'm not too loud now. Instead of just unmuting my, demuting myself, I managed to click somewhere on there, which might be a bit difficult now, but doesn't matter. Tell me if I'm too loud. Welcome back to the Go4GW2 Cup. I'm still Nick. That's still Jebro. Jebro. The Jebro. And we're going to go into the finals, and it's going to be oRNG Logos versus the newly reformed rank 55 dragon finishers, or just dragon.
And it's interesting to see, as someone mentioned, so I just want to talk about the EU scene, I guess, for a second, actually, because we're seeing two different teams in the final that we don't normally see. I mean, maybe once or twice, we saw, Dragons obviously coming back. They were in the finals before, of course. But this team being back, as well as having oRNG Logos, these guys were scrimming against oRNG Logo, and because of that fact, they're formed as a team, and they're actually doing pretty well. And yeah, I think this is going to be definitely a team which is definitely WTS worthy. If anything, they've still got a little bit of way to go. But of course, both teams in the finals today, this is going to be a big test for them as well. We can probably go for their builds very quickly. It'd be interesting to see Alcor now playing back on that Sharpo Warrior. But we will go through RG first. He's going for inventions as well. We play more people playing inventions on EU than, Chafe obviously playing that tools as I mentioned before, but he's playing Soldier's Vamp, going for the mortar kit with more sustain rather than the elixirs for that Condi remove, of course. Alcor then playing Shabba Warrior. Going for the shield, though, as well, which we saw. Everyone's trying to do the jumps at the moment and showing us their skill. Everyone's, measuring themselves on whether or not they can do this jump. Zan's just standing at the top because he's done it many times. Of course, Chosen Sin playing DP Thief. Everyone likely going through the Shadow Arts line, of course. Very survivable, but also brings out a lot of damage and helps his team in terms of, the Elementalist, who I'm going to go on to next. If he pops that res, of course, they both stealth up and they can reposition themselves. Not really a big counter to that stealth, of course. Just cleave around the bodies, but there's such a big area, it's going to be difficult to pin them down, so that we're going to watch out for that occurring. DD Elementalist, don't really need to explain much more about that. And then we've got Frostball, who's playing the typical Shatter PU build, but he's going for the Rune of the Pack and Sword Torch rather than we saw Helsef and Misha, mainly going for the staff. I did see Misha in the last game going for Sword Torch as well. Yeah. Actually, interestingly enough, Misha has changed over to Traveler Rune here, as well as going for the Great Sword and the staff as well.
Indeed. Lots of Mesmas today.
Yeah, it's good to see. I'm liking it. Zan having a bit of fun with the AoE mower there over towards the keep. Of course, that is so strong.
Mow you all.
AoE mower, we in WTS so many times how many times that was useful for the Abjured, especially in the midpoint on Foe Fire when he really did a good job at using that to make sure a res, or I can't actually remember if it's a res or a down now, didn't come out. But one of those abilities which might actually be the difference between these two teams in engineer-wise. Double check with Xan, still going with the tools and still going for toolkit. So we're just waiting for these guys to ready up. I don't think much else has changed. I'm loving the
speculation about Frostball's age right now.
He's not 18 yet.
That's 15, 14, 12, 14 years old. 4 years, 5 months. 15, he's 16. An infant.
I mean, that's the only problem, isn't it, with their team, really, that he's at that age which he can't really enter. But
gotta age quicker, man. Okay, we've established before that you are a Time Lord. So how about you just go into the future, pick up older Frostball, bring him back, and let him play in WTS now?
Well, we're getting there with some of these guys. I mean, Misha's almost, another half a year-ish, and Misha's 18, I think. So, Dragons are going to be ready to go for the good old, whatever tournament we have in the future. We don't know what's going to happen yet. We've got leagues coming, so the whole system could change.
And we had the 3 WTS. We'll see what happens in the future. But in the immediate future, we're going to have the next match. It's going to be the finals for today's Go4GW2 Cup. On the red side, it's oRNG Logos versus Raw.
So Mancal going to go for that split already, using that great sword. Red team are going to stealth up, 3-man move over towards the midpoint. Frostball and also Chosen and Alcor here actually as well. So they pull out that blast, grab the extra stealth. Coming up from behind on the left side of Keep, as blue team do come into the point stealth as well. So they're waiting for them to come up those steps or from above, and they're coming up from behind at the moment. A ton of cleave comes onto the point from the Elementalist there as well as Big Zan just backing off, being very cautious. Portal comes out back towards that henge node as actually Misha does come in for the +1. Good move from him. RG pulls out the cog shield there to block a ton of damage from the Mesmer. Good awareness from Argineer there. Good communication actually, saying that the Mesmer is missing, because likely that was the case over towards henge, that he was going to +1 there.
So far, no real action. We see the portal coming back through. RG needs to escape, just barely manages to survive. He can now try and regen a bit and stay on that midpoint and be the defensive character in that position. Mancow over on that mine. And we see the red team trying to go for the kill. Chosen on his way, and Frostball. So it's only going to be the pain train. Let's see if this pain train can do it a bit quicker. We see the mower coming out, and that should help quite a lot in bringing down this beast of a survivable Ellie. Down he goes. That was fairly quick. Decap coming out, but on the other side also Elka in loads of trouble. The damage seems to be a bit too much for RG to go for the rest. Curve is also already on his way back into the midpoint, and RG might actually be the follow-up kill with that immobilized. That just doesn't stop right there. Conditions are going to bring him down in a second. Oh no, the heal is just ready in the nick of time, and he makes the escape.
He's still got he's going to have his toolkit shield back up soon, about 2 seconds or so. Misha is on point. Decap comes out mid fully at the moment. Nice knockback from Misha, but the actual back, the knockback comes out.
Oh, did Lipion not see Chosen? Chosen went out of stealth right next to Lipion. Didn't see him. Just went, goes through, gets the decap, and that's going to be a huge advantage for oRNG Loganaires right now.
Yeah, Lipion needs to contest this. He's going to be in a 1v2 versus the Thief, and Mesmer now comes in as well. And actually, we're going to see probably the fact that Lipion is going to go down quite quickly. Nice knockback. It's going to negate any of his healing there. He's used quite a few cooldowns. Does have Fear Me, does pop that off. Good job from him to get those guys off him now as well, but still needs to get away. So it's going to be very difficult. Obviously, the Thief and the Mesmer chasing him as well, as they've got the cap there. We move back to mid. We have seen the cap coming out from Misha as well, as now we're going to see Kev trying to put a ton of cleave on node. So good to see so many good players in this final of the Go4, of course, on this Sunday. Number 42.
Refuge of a refuge. Levin trying to catch RG with a bit of the good old cluster bomb. Not really working out. Big Zan moving in the same direction. Does he really want to go for the decap there? Do they catch each other? We saw them both quite down. Bit of damage coming out from the jump of Big Zan. He's moving on to that point. And RG... What? Argini actually not going for it. He's just going to leave the cap. Do we have the necessary advance? No, actually. Dragons are on the driving seat over on that mine node, and not really yet the engage on mid. We see the portal coming out. We have Lippy on there in a bit of trouble, but Mancal will be here to sustain that.
Yeah, Mancal able to for now. Still doing okay at the moment. Lippy on there as well. Actually, I'm surprised that Mancal isn't just going towards him. That would be very useful for himself and for Mancal there. Actually get the engage on Chosen here as well. Nice knockback from Frostball there, but Frostball's in a ton of trouble himself. Does go down as well. Curves up top. Is he going to go for the rest here? Can maybe get it on Chosen, but Red Lemon just pops up their ports and does do a little bit of cleave onto him there as well. So we will see Chosen and Frostball taken out here. Curve needs to go back over to this 1v1 situation. Maybe try and get something out of this with RG, but that means we are going to see blue team coming in as well as also Alcor. So we've got some sustain. Yeah, I mean, we've got sustain on this point for Red, but they need to try and pick up a kill here, as also RG does go into that vamp form there as well. Nice little bit of damage comes out from the side. I can see that rocket coming out from the traits and Zan as well. A little bit of extra pressure on RG. Surely RG is going to die here. Going to try and do the jump puzzle bit there as well, and just get stuck into a corner. No, Alcor, don't go for that res. That's not a good idea. You've got Banner, though. And unfortunately, he's going to get mowed, which is exactly what the interrupt was needed to make sure the Banner didn't come out. I was kind of surprised that Alcor didn't go for the Banner first of all. But, you know, maybe that was probably going to get interrupted as it was. Has got that shield block, which is going to help him disengage away from Levin for a bit of time here.
I'm surprised.
Oh, look, self up. Look at Frostball and Chosen. Pick up Red Levin, kill Vamp form. He's definitely going to die with the conditions. Nice.
Yeah, Mancal can't make it. He should just get on point to try and defend it. I'm very surprised that Dragons actually went for the defense of the mine, and also that Loganaires didn't go for the aggression on that. They're focusing on mid. I think they could have gotten a pretty good kill there with the respawn coming in on Lipion. Don't think he would have survived for that long, but mid seems to be working out for them quite well as well. The henge is secured, so they have their home node. Next is probably gonna be the midpoint. Yeah, we now see Dragons probably going for the midpoint. Do you really want to reinforce that, or is that just trying to be a portal rescue of Lipion? I don't think he should +1 that.
No, pretty okay actually. Over on this midpoint, we have seen AoE Mo coming out onto Alcor. Alcor almost gets taken out again there, but still survives. He's doing a good job at surviving in this map as well at the moment.
There we
still
see.
One
Rescue
cap
port.
apiece. Yeah, rapper. And Paul comes up. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Paul comes out. Oh no, Tornado comes out for Big Zan there. Jumps straight out of that. But it doesn't matter because they do get Alcor into the downstate. Again, picking up the Shoutboat Warrior kill. Curve is just trying to disengage and nothing you can do. But they do the fast. Really coming up from behind onto Curve there. Are we going to see the res coming out from Chosen? Yep, stealth res. Just pops it down. Chosen Sin breaks out straight away, but he unstealthed. But he still gets the res. Luckily enough, Red Levin did see him there popping out. So good awareness from Levin, making sure that he could just had these awareness there. So good job from him. Unable to get the kill in the end though, unfortunately. I can see RG and also Curve just regrouping to try and push somewhere else. But really it feels like that Dragons have got this kind of locked down at the moment. Good positioning from them, as they even got the push now onto Henge as well, but Red Team do pick up the cat.
And that's a bit dangerous. They pushed to the far node and actually got it. They got the double outer point gap. But the quick kill on Mancow now really could be what they need, because then they can't be too aggressive on the red team pain train there, because that's risky. They could both go down really fast, and if the reinforcements would have arrived just a second too late, this could have gone really in the hands of Dragons. Right now, oRNG Loganaires standing strong, and they will get the res on Frostball. Oh, the battle standard actually. No interrupt coming out of that, but the... No, they got it. They got it. I saw a downed illusion that confused me a bit.
Oh, Lieutenant background! Manco goes into downstate as well. Stealth Res comes out from Red 11. He's so low, he needs to be careful that doesn't actually get him killed there. But Manco does reposition, still in stealth. Going to be able to get that res, and they'll be able to turn this back into their favour. But we are going to see Red Team have come back with a large number of points now, but they are stealthed. Red Team aren't aware that this has happened. They can get the decap possibly here in Mancow now, as well as Alcor on node. He has got that shield, so he can hold out for a while. Solo if he needs to, but not as many conditions removed. Of course, just trying to block as much damage. He just wants to survive there, as the other Elementalist does think about coming in, although Curve does go back towards mid. Looks like they're switching it up to re-engage here, as the Mesmer Thief combination does go over towards that henge. Porting back, though, and then ports back through over towards the henge node. So just juking a little bit there, as we see Alcor on the side now. Did survive for quite a while. Good job from him.
Going for the outer points. Zan only now misclick. Zan only now moving into that fight. So a slight advantage at least for the time being. They're trying to get Mancow down first. Is that really the target you want to go through?
No, it's Alcor. Alcor is going to go down first. Oh, it goes so low. Mower as well. No way.
Play the mower.
Where are you going?
Play the mower.
You can't do much. You can't do much in the corner. I was just trying to find a bowl of water or something, or some seeds to peck at. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of him.
Oh no, it won't. No. Johnson, the Ninja Master, comes in, doesn't quite get it. Too much damage, and they are in for the retreat. And now it's getting a bit hairy for them. Already one person down. Still, will the mid push be in time, or are they? No.
Rank 55 are slow, actually, out of the henge point there. They're pretty slow. Red Team could pick this up pretty easily, but yeah, definitely the decap over on the mine was going to happen. But because they've committed so many people towards that point, they're not going to grab midpoint. In fact, they're going to lose something. So here on this disengage, they did well, but they didn't guard that back point there. We've got the portal back at mid just in case something happens there. But it means that probably Red Team, now they've got the sustained person over on the mine, they can re-push over towards henge if they need to. Will they do this? They're thinking about it now. They're pushing forward as a team. This is a good regroup from them. They pick up the kill on Lipion. This is good. They need to get on the point. They need to decap it. No one's on node. They know where everyone is, but they need to get these
Zan
points
is
quickly.
trying to get the
Still
decap
120
here.
points behind.
He just juked him for a second. Does get the immobilized. Doesn't get the decap, but the knockback could almost do it. That is kind of the lifeline right now.
Okay.
But Zan taking loads of damage. Needs to disengage. One cap for red team and the second one incoming soon.
Nice. This is good movement from oRNG Loganaires, really. This has just come out right towards the end of the game. Whether or not it's going to be too late, I don't know. We're still not at 400. They pick up the kill on Zan as well, so they're going to be 4 members, but Alcor goes down. He's been a big distraction tactic over there towards that point, so it's not too bad. And we are going to
count him out too early. Zan is back up and looking healthy again, going towards that midpoint. Distracting 2 people. Oh, but the knockback will bring him down. Are we going to see a quick res there or just a counter damage? Poison is on there. We see the refuge. That's going to be a 3-man res. Successful. Immediate block ability trying to go over. They still have the advantage of maybe getting a really good engaged. The rampage comes out and that could be the saving grace of all of this.
Yeah, but they can get some focus here onto Big Zan, maybe. Even though he's in that rampage, I mean, he's got a lot of HP, but still, I think he might be quite susceptible. We'll have a little cooldowns when he comes out of this, but the thing is, Mancal's quite low as well.
Oh, a rock.
The problem is that Frostball does go into Vapor form. Oh, Red Levin. Literally one tap and he's down. RG does come in for the possible res. It's too much. If he goes for that there, he will be taken out. And Frostball too low to even be thought about res now. And Red Team unable to keep those side points. We didn't see the cap coming out onto that henge as well, unfortunately. And with 2 downs, this could be the end of the game, really, for oRNG Loganaires.
As I just take a sip of my water.
I didn't look at the cap.
I did not
They might
expect
pick up the
that.
side cap. Oh, Curves
They
can
might.
maybe pick up this node.
No one's nice. The CC on Lipion. Oh, but the jump just in time. Lipion, however, could be a quick kill if they manage to get the CC. No, he's back up and well. The CC on Curve comes out. Immediate Earth Armor proc, and that's going to be good damage on him. He needs to escape to the side. And that one tick is going to bring them towards the dangerous region of points where pretty much a creature kill can decide it soon here. 2 will already in 5 points. Big Zan, again with his stealth moves, always trying to be so sneaky and just, no, you think I'm escaping in that stealth? No. I'm going to stay on that point and try and get the decap here. Pain Train moving towards mid, and now they're kind of in a forced situation. They're really forced to play for all of it. We have the mower coming out of Mancow. Chosen maybe should go for the decap instead of trying to get the kill if we see the reinforcements coming in. But the team communication is good. Do we have a portal somewhere? If the portal doesn't come out and there's none there, we're gonna see the decap, and that's the lifeline now of oRNG Loganaires. That's what can bring them back if they hadn't just lost the henge.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Thanks for ruining the hype.
Frostball, well, yeah, is like, yeah, cheers, guys.
Come on.
Might come out that they even lose the mine now as well. Red Team are really grouped up on this midpoint, and they're not in a position to steal the boss. Although Curve, he's got a choice to make. Is he going to go for the boss? No, he needs to. He needs to pick up the kill, because otherwise, if he doesn't, they will win this game. So they need to make sure they try and get the kill on him. No one's in a position. Ellie comes in now. This has got to be too late. Oh, look at that mower. No choice. He could have just run in for the old peck there, but Curve not able to in the end, unfortunately. And really,
the mower creature steals. That would be cool.
That would be awesome. That would have been so epic. But, you know, we didn't see... Towards the end of the game, I think Red, oRNG Loganaires starting to do a lot better in their rotational play, but they weren't able to get that kill on Zan, which might have turned it around for them. The last chance they really had to come back into this. But, they sustained well. They were losing by, I think, like 150 to 200 points, and they closed that gap to a degree.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't too bad. They couldn't really... I think we just saw the... Misha, just the portal plays there, a little bit more on point as well for...
I think they had a brief moment where really... Wait, did they switch sides?
Yes.
Well,
no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, yes.
Okay, switch teams. There we go. And now they're switching back. Brilliant. Switch them again. Okay. We had a brief moment where really everything just went right for the Loganaires, and I feel like that's a bit of a pattern for them. They have these moments in the game where they just play completely on point. where it's just really one good move after the next one. But they're not able to sustain that for an entirety of a game.
No, I think you're right.
They just lose their edge after a while.
They do have like those kind of epic moments, like you say, but they're not able to sustain them and then think about the next point.
Exactly.
You know, that it's more of an instinctual thing rather than a preparation thing, which is more the way that TCG play, and probably the way that, say, Misha plays as a Mesmer as well. So, you know, sort of thinking about that next step ahead. And how they're gonna, you know, go on from that moment. You know, the Elementalist over on the Henge as well. Curve was literally about to get the cap on Henge and get the 2 side nodes and bring them back into the map, but everyone left him, and then he was in a 1v1 which was sustained, which is okay, but they started to lose it elsewhere on the map as they moved back towards mid. And, you know, at that point in the game, might have been good to just have the +1 to at least get the decap, to leave that point contested between 2 Elementalists, but with it in their favor. But that didn't happen. Obviously, they're in a different position. So it's thinking about making sure, like, to nail down the caps, make sure you've got the points coming in, so that the kills you are getting elsewhere, the skirmishes and whatever, are backed up. Especially as you're trying to come back as well. They're being very, very... They had to be offensive. They couldn't be anything else, of course.
No. But at a certain point, then, when you're in this situation of you can't even leave them 1 cap, you really need to play a game that's suboptimal and try to get away with really, really risky decisions. Which pays off rarely. I mean, we've seen ridiculous comebacks in the past, and it is definitely a possibility. But
Yes.
it just gets unnecessarily rough. You want to have your good moments, preferably a bit earlier in the game. It's kind of, at the end of games, it seems to be a bit of a mixture of the team that's behind, then finally getting into the zone. Like, okay, now, come on point. Just, they're on it. And the winning team, they may be slacking off a bit. Yeah, we got this. We got that. Underestimating their opponents, which we've seen quite often.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? I mean, it's the whole... You can't really let teams get like this get too far ahead of you. I mean, I know I won't put oRNG logo in this area, but even they did, like, it got in that position where, you know, Jude got so many points ahead in different situations, they just couldn't catch up. That comeback potential wasn't available because they just couldn't win the fights where they needed to versus those 2 Elementalists. And it's like, it's something similar to, not this situation really, to be honest, but what I'm really trying to get into effect is the fact that you can't let Dragons get so many points ahead of you, because you're always going to be forcing fights elsewhere which you almost can't win because you're outnumbered, because you're trying to keep the caps like they were on the sides just then.
And
so
they start breathing fire, flying around, and it all gets messy. But
new
now,
specialization confirmed.
Dragons. Now we're going to go into potentially the last game for today. If Dragons are able to secure this win, they are today's winner. On the blue side, we have Dragons. On the red side, it's Loganair. So let's have a look at the splits.
So Red Levin and also Big Zan just coming over towards the quarry now. oRNG Loganair is not going for their early cap, so that's very reminiscent of oRNG Logo as well, to be honest. Sometimes leaving that cap open so they can just be offensive elsewhere. The 1v1 between RG and also Lipion. So keeping Lipion out of that fight is going to be quite good. Not got the banner there. We are going to see the extra burst coming out onto Misha there as well, as Frostball does try to come up. Misha picks out that stealth and almost re-engages almost exactly the same, but Frostball does dodge back. He gets the knockback, doesn't get it off, but Misha does in the end, and Red Levin comes in for the extra damage. Vaporform comes out for Frostball as he tries to get away, is crippled, and does get, look at Curve coming in there for the save, and they use that effect to go for the damage on Mancal there, but he does get raised. Did he get raised there? Yes, he did. Blimey, I just thought that was a Vaporform. That was very unexpected, actually, since they had the momentum to potentially get that kill there, but now Misha as well, under some heavy pressure himself.
Yeah, and they really need to do something with it, because we saw a really mid-focused opener, but the hesitation you saw there, they really wanted to see they
Oh, Chosen picks up almost on Misha. Sorry to interrupt, but does get him into Vaporform and picks him off again, even with Zan there. That's very gutsy. Chosen comes in for the potential kill. Curve's going to come in for the cleave. It doesn't come out again. The Chosen really stalls their movement over towards mid to be offensive in that advance while they try and hold on to the waterfall, so it does delay them. Sorry for the interruption there, but that was pretty big.
No problem at all. That was a big moment there. Not really much coming out from it. We're gonna have... Orange Loganaires need to move somewhere. We already have RG on that far node portal coming out. Where are they going?
It was big. It was over towards the quarry, actually, and we saw Frostball coming through that portal going 1v1 versus Misha, but Big Zan comes in as well for the defense there and almost taking down Misha. Very good play from Orange Loganaires, using that portal a lot more effectively already in this start of the game, and now they can push right over towards this node. They didn't have much luck over on the waterfall versus Mancal. Now I think it's good for them to try and keep Mancal out of these fights, because he's just doing such a good job at the moment and holding points. Even 1v2, Zan picking out the Elixir X Rampage now as well. He's going to try and get some damage out onto you. We're going to see possibly Frostball go down here if they perform in stealth. Shadow Refuge comes out. Oh no, I think Trace in.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough AoE. Big Zan now back out of the mower. From Rampage into mower, that's a downfall if I've ever seen one. But the double cap stands, they're gaining loads of points and no real headway in this fight right now. Where's the focus target here? Big Zan apparently the chosen one here. Chosen. Does get a nice jump on the rock here, so they might have to switch targets. Is it going to be Lipion over there? We see the lockdown not really happening. First knockback. Did we see the burst afterwards? But the support seems to be brilliant there. Of course, we can't forget this is a Shoutbow Warrior. We haven't seen them for a while, but now the rest banner's back into place. So the focus on the engineers might not be the best thing ever. Or you need to be really aware of the interrupts.
Well, Big Zan's not running that Inventions line, so when he popped up to the top there and used his heal, that would have been the best time to keep the focus on him, but they didn't. They actually changed focus. They re-engaged him, but he had his heal back up, you know? So if his Inventions Rest coming out, Shadow Refuge, Frostball does get out, it's very, like I said before, it's very bitty. Blue team are going to win this fight in the end. They've got more sustain over here. Chosen Sin stealths away, ports away, sorry. Rev's probably going to come out for him. They've got a portal placement as well, probably by Frostball there. Just going to double check that that is correct. Indeed it is. So they're looking to move back.
This looks very much like a cleanup job for mid. Curve advancing towards the mid. Maybe get a kill and then a quick portal over back to... oh, but they lost Elko. They lost Elko, and that already throws a wrench into that plan.
Yeah, they might actually lose. Archie's going to have to tank on node now as well, or Curve to come back. Yeah, Curve's come back. Oh, let's just double check that actually. Sorry, he's on the waterfall at the moment versus... They can't get the quick kill. Mancal won 1v2 very well. I'm surprised they've gone for this. They got the decap, that's why. But they probably need to hit up the quarry as well. They do have that portal still available. Frostball, I'm not sure whether or not they're going to use it though. That would be really good if they did. They could probably just maintain this point and keep it sustained with Curve.
What do you want to? Do you want to? Right now we only have Lipion, and they could just leave them hanging complete, but it's always a bit of a mental issue, kind of a bit of a psychological issue to leave a decap point to try and go all out for a cap point. We already have the first person there, so if they want to go for a portal, this would be the moment, except for the slight fact that Dragons were already able to push them into mid a bit, so they need to be careful with them just advancing towards this, and Dragons just in the driving seat here. They are controlling where Orange Loganaires can move, and they are forcing them to stay in mid right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, Frostball was trying to move back towards mid to use that portal to get back over to Quarry, but it didn't happen in the end. I don't think so, and they actually lost the mid cap as well because no one was on node, and they were trying to think about going for the far. But so they've got, again, like before I said, you know, they're not able to maintain the caps that they have, so they're rotating around the map, but they're still not able to maintain the caps that they actually currently have. So any kind of comeback potential was negated completely, and we've got the point contested still on this side. So we just switched from concessions from waterfall to mid, and we've got a lot of tankability from both teams on this point. So it's going to be a very sustained fight. So it's going to be one on the sides if it's going to be won by either team, to be honest. And we're just going to have to watch out for where these thieves go, possibly Mesmers as well with their portals, to see if we see anything coming out. And our Frostball's got portal up as well, and we have got the one from Misha. So this is, we kind of have to watch for who does this move first. Actually, Misha moves over towards the quarry first for the decap. So that's going to be the rank 55 movement there.
We had Zan down, but immediate Fear Me rest coming in there. Misha
look at
won't
RG.
get the decap yet. Block ability. He is
got
on the
portal,
portal coming up. Back to mid. RG out of the game. Can't really leave as long as the portal is still up. And where's Chosen going to go? Still decap midpoint. Are they just going to commit to the big team fight? Because that's kind of what we've seen before. But Frostball moving over to Waterfall, kind of trying to split it up and completely getting the steam out of the Dragons right here. If he gets that
he's probably
decap,
going to do exactly... He's
Yeah.
going to do exactly the same as what Misha did, probably. Yeah, look, Mancal's coming over, he'll port back. Either that or Chosen Sin coming in for the +1. But I just don't think it's worth it. Maybe they should just go back to mid and get the kills, because they've got 2 downs as well, you know. Curve and Alcor. So they've got to make something out of this. And if they'd ported back through, Chosen, just as they started to move, Chosen probably could have got the res on Curve there. So I just think the decap would have been better. And they're both moving back towards mid to save those guys there. But, you know, in the end, they've moved back through now, so maybe they're just trying to out-rotate in this degree and try and pick up the kills. But if they don't get anything from this, it's probably game end, to be fair.
They're buying time, though. They're buying time. We didn't see the kill on RG yet. If he goes down, that's an issue, but he has to heal back up. He's kiting pretty well. Oh, the interrupt coming out. Blockability, that's going to give him a bit of room, but the last bit of damage from Zan, just waiting for him to jump down. Like, come at me, bro. I've got you covered. Down he goes. Poisons on there. No sneaky res. And we do have the decap over on the quarry. And already maybe the preparation from Misha here. Portless set down. He's going over to mid and wants to bring his mates on a trip. 2 downed. That's going to be a respawn in a bit of a while. RG may be in a position to defend. But if they go for the 5-man Lord Rush, I feel like this is going to be the point where it ends.
Keep the FIFA outside, and
there we go.
You know, then the rest move for defense, and it might be possible for them to defend this and come back into the game if it's a fail Lord Rush. At the moment, they're not moving fast enough. RG
they're
is
not
actually
moving at
the
all.
only one. Frostball's going to respawn, so it's not too bad, but they need an Ellie back here as well to really make sure this is sustained. But Red Team's movement is so slow. They're relying upon... this is not the best
Tornado,
from Red
not
Teams,
what he
to be
wanted.
honest.
Lord going down quickly. Now Frostball is there. The respawn can maybe take out one of the quick damage dealer. We already saw the mower on... Yeah, Frostball dead. Mower on RG. And that's pretty much gone with the entire defense. Second game picked up by Rank 55 Dragon Finishes. They are back, and they're back strong.
It is indeed. So, yes, I mean, towards the end, maybe a little bit more movement from Orange Legionnaires if they'd actually, you know, moved back for the defense. The LE maybe pushing back, throw Great Sword, a little bit of mobility, tried to sustain that for a while on the thief grabbing decaps and then coming back that way. Slight tiny possibility that they could have come back. But there was too much damage coming out there on the Lord, of course. We had Misha, Zan and whatnot over there as well. So it's too much control, too much burst. And they couldn't really answer that, especially with 2 members who can't really regenerate the Lord that much or get the enough interrupts off that they needed, because they already got the burst damage they needed in the first place to really put that Lord in a horrible position. Yeah. And they still had the CC left to make sure the Lord didn't heal, which is exactly what happened and how they won that end part of the game. Otherwise, that's the end of the ESL Go4GW2 Cup number 42 EU. Indeed. Yeah, I need to work on that a little bit more. Maybe get a small guitar. Tiny one.
You mean a ukulele?
Possibly.
The tiny guitar. Okay, that's it for today's EU Go4GW2 Cup. But don't forget, we always have the NA following this. And that's going to be 10 p.m. CEST on this exact channel. So, yeah, once we're gone, just keep this tab open and you're going to be, well... You're going to hear something as soon as it starts. Other than that, any other tournaments we need to promote? Go down the
EU ESL on the weekly on Thursday, which is on my channel, so twitch.tv/Jebro Unity if you want to know.
Very random.
What's that, sorry? It does get random sometimes, yes. We've had some new teams coming in, so if you do want to try your luck, or you want to just get involved in the scene, come play the ESL Weekly Cup. I know there might be reasons that you might not want to enter that, but I would urge you, if you want to practice against competitive teams, then you know this is the best way to do it. That's what teams like Celestial Mode are doing, as well as the other teams today. So we saw like High Five and some other teams playing last week, which was very good. So I'd urge you, this is the best way to practice, you know. AG, of course, we've got all those different cups. You know, you're staying at that level. Unless you start reaching, unless you start reaching into the future, into the top end, like the ESL Go4s especially, you're probably not going to improve past that fact. So I just want to point that out, that going up against these kinds of teams really does help you a lot if you want to improve further from that kind of mid-tier area that we do see in the other cups. So I would urge you to do that, but I'd also urge you, if you are thinking about entering any tournaments at all, to just enter as much stuff as you can. You know, there's Pub Quest, there's Academy Gaming on Mondays as well, and yeah, otherwise just do stuff, enter things. We've got leagues coming with Heart of Thorns as well, so you want to get as much practice as you can, because that ranking, of course, will be quite important for your own progress as well. So other than that, yeah, make sure you watch the NA guys later, because it should be a good stream.
Good, but that's it from us. Thank you all for watching. Congratulations again to the Dragons, rank 55 Dragon finishers, and also congratulations to oRNG Logonaires for picking up second place today. So stay tuned for an A later, and we'll see you next time.